Oh,
I
craziness.
did finish. I did get all the way through.
Me too.
I
Me.
finished the last chapter.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I was like, I'm ahead. I like got a jump start last Thursday. I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna." And then here I was finishing chapter 5 in my car.
Hi, Emily. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Hey.
I know. I feel like it's like sounds crazy that we're like we're running out of time, but when it's like a task, everything in my brain is like, don't do it.
I know. ADHD. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I have to do
I
this.
don't have time for that as I'm
No.
sitting scrolling on my phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stupid.
Emily. Yeah, yeah, it's sometimes I feel like it's homework and I don't like being forced to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But once I get into it, I'm like, oh, I love this. What am I doing?
I know these were so good too.
These were really good chapters.
I feel like I have a lot highlighted, and then I was looking back and I'm like, what? Was it just because I liked it?
It was a lot of feeling highlights. It was a
Yeah.
lot of like for my memories.
I know. Especially the last in 25. I was like,
Oh yeah. I just have a bunch of hearts.
yeah.
Okay, so we didn't do so we're at 20, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna wait? Do you wanna go?
Yeah, let's start at 20.
We're going through our highlights, our bits and
And
pieces. We have
just
lots of things.
warning for everyone, there will be spoilers for all of ACOTAR, all of Maasverse, Throne of Glass, Crescent City. We don't know if there will be, but
I don't know what we're gonna say.
just a blanket warning. There may or may not be.
Will.
Likely.
Okay. You have that doll eye roll?
Yeah.
Down pat. A little creepy. Okay, that's okay. I can do like a one square forward eye.
Oh yeah.
So
I was so unrelated to this, but I was just telling Trevor, like when I used to have like sleepovers, my girlfriends would be like, you sleep with your eyes open. Like
Me
my
too.
eyes would be like,
Me too. My grandma was with me in the hospital once. She was like,
yeah.
what is wrong with you?
And I was like, I don't have to see it, so not my problem.
Hi. Oh my gosh, I had a best friend growing up named Mariel. I don't know if you say Mariel. We said both, but I love the name.
Hello. I love you.
Hello. Okay, jumping in. We're jumping in at 20. A lot of these highlights are just like fun and also like important things to remember, I think.
Yes.
So obviously, okay, wait, let's see.
I have like literally that first sentence.
Oh yeah, me too. And then
Lit all the candles in my room to chase away the shadows.
oh yeah, they're running. Get him out of here.
Okay. Here's my question. Do we think they're shadows from Reese, or do we think that they're the spy master, Azrael?
I don't necessarily. I think that sometimes it's. Let me remember what we were talking about. Right before that was the adder, right? The chapter before that. I was thinking it was like the scary feelings haunting her. I mean, I still think it could be, but
I guess Azrael is stuck in Valaris, though, right? At this point,
yeah.
So unless he's got other, we don't know.
When we see shadows, we're like, what?
Who?
But I think that her like painting of the adder is really interesting because it's like bat ears, giant membranous wings. Obviously, we had the little blue guy. Hi, Tasha. We had the blue guy it was blue with the black wings.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think it's like kind of the membranous wings. Obviously, they're not the only bat things. But at first when I was reading it, I was like, is she drawing a bat boy?
But also, like, she didn't see the adder. It was glamour. So
yeah.
She has some kind of
I didn't even think about that.
foresight ability.
That's so interesting. Okay. Oh my gosh, that reminds me of so many things I want to talk about. Okay. So obviously his breath reeked of carrion and wings whispered promises of death. So I think that it's important to obviously notice when we do see that people are stinky people. I think the only person who wasn't stinky was Maeve and Erewhon, obviously. Like they could mask that a little bit, but otherwise I think everyone is pretty smelly if they're bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So obviously we got a stinky adder. She's clipping this. I already know she's clipping it. She gets me all the time. Okay.
It's good.
On the next page, I don't want to patch you, but just let me know. A single beat echoed by two responding calls, a summoning.
Okay, wait, hold on. The summoning. I'm on my Kindle. I wish there was a way to make
Later.
match.
What'd you say?
I wish there was a way to make them match, my Kindle and my book.
Oh, yeah, because you're on a different thing. So the very beginning of it is that the drum beats came from far away, M dash beyond the garden. Okay, so that very last part of it says a single beat echoed by two responding calls, a summoning. And what I thought was interesting is that she's talking about like a number. Like she goes back down later and she says, there's somewhere else where she mentions like a number, like how it's like 1, 1, 2, or whatever. And what's interesting is that when Bryce calls and summons the princes of hell, Hunt's like, do you know their demon number? Because you can use a number to summon a demon. But she's like, no, I don't need to use the number. I know exactly who I'm summoning.
Is my voice gone? Someone said, where's your voice?
Me?
Weird.
I hear you.
Okay. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt that.
Tasha, you're freaking us out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Tasha doesn't care. We like to mess with Tasha. Okay.
The demon numbers.
He's in the fold. But I just wanted to pay attention to, because there's a lot of dark conversation that happens in this spring great right. Like there's like this dark great power. And so I thought it would be interesting to point out that there's a number reference to the summoning and what is being summoned. Everything that we hear that's summoned is a dark entity. Bryaxis, the princes of hell. The summoning has a negative connotation in my mind. So I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah. Ooh.
I know. Crazy. Did you have anything between there or right around there?
No, not there. I was like trying to pay attention to like she's very much being called by this sound, like the music and stuff. And then not the next paragraph, but the paragraph after that, I have like the drums turned faster, louder. Though I'd grown accustomed to the smell of magic, my nose pricked with the rising tang of metal, stronger than I'd yet sensed it. And I just thought that was interesting.
Crazy magic pulling happening.
Yeah, because I know the right is obviously like, that's what it's supposed to be doing. So it's like she's sensing the magic in the land.
Yeah, the turnover, the restart of the new magic cycle.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It also kind of got me thinking, I know everyone does the like high lord, high lady, you know, she's a high lady. Like, is that the land calling to her? I know she's technically human here, but like.
I think that's a really good point. And I don't, and I haven't really explored how I feel about the high lady thing. I think people I think that we can take it too far and we can take away from it what it's kind of deserved. I think we kind of, can go either way on that. But I definitely agree that it's calling to her. It's insane. I agree with you. Sorry, I got distracted reading. So is the metal smell magic being used, or is that the blocking of magic? I think it's just the presence of magic. Every time that Tamlin does anything to her on the way to his estate, that's the first time she smells the metallic tang. So I think it's just the presence, me personally.
Yeah, that's what I think too. And that next line I also have highlighted that's brought up about the string.
Yes, me too. The string.
There was a string tied to my gut that pulled me towards those hills, commanding me to go to hear the fairy drums.
That was a crazy line to me.
Yeah.
And I drew an arrow back up to the summoning, because what about the Persephone cycle of spring turning over is calling to Feyre? Is it our cycle that we talked about so long ago?
Mm-hmm. And I feel like a lot of people would look at this and be like, oh, like knowing what we know in the future, be like, oh, that was Reese, because we know Reese is there. That was Reese. That's the string. But it's like and we'll get to it too, there's other language where she talks about tethers and strings to Tamlin.
Oh, yeah.
And Tamlin's down there.
I think that like human Feyre's mate could be Tamlin.
Yes, I agree.
versus like Feyre.
Yeah.
It seems to happen in spring a lot. The metallic scent, I think that's what you're referring to. Sometimes it's hard because we don't pick up right where they're thinking. And I'm like, what were we talking about?
Yeah, I know.
But I
Yeah,
think
so I just thought that was interesting to either like come back because she says tied to her gut.
yeah, which is the marvelous Miss Megan, is that her name? Did she say that it was a gut pull? Missy, if she was in here, she would know.
I know, I can't remember. What was the pull between, let's see if I can look it up. Like the pull between Aelin and Rowan, like what did it feel like?
Oh, Cheryl said that she thinks it could have been another entity. Do you mean like something that has to do with, because we were talking earlier about the Great Right. Do you think it's like whatever dark coded language is being referred to? What do you think, Cheryl? The warrior incarnate. My heart echoed the drums.
There's something in the land. So you think that the land, like the string is the land pulling her because of the right? Is that, am I getting what you're putting down, Cheryl?
And remember, Cheryl was the one who was saying that maybe Lucian is the High Lord now because of the right being done, and with Ianthe, and sort of I think it gives more leeway to the land's magic. Why is the land's magic calling Feyre? I think it just gives more to that concept.
And I think it just calls to, again, the Archerons having something in their bloodline.
Yes.
Like there's something going on with that family. The fact that she can sense magic, first of all, the fact that she has foresight, she just painted the adder without having seen it. Like,
I just had a thought. What if they've been like, you know how we talked about outside the wall being, I don't know how much I like believe into this, like as far as final theory, but you know, we talked about outside of the wall being the no magic zone kind of. If they're like doing that magic, it could still be that it's calling to her because she's within the magic realm now, where it's like opened up that chakra, her magic chakra.
Like when, like in Throne of Glass, like the towers outside, like
yeah. How it was like everyone inside, it's like opposite. Everyone inside of it blocked off.
Yeah.
The sovereignty goddess ritual in nature. I remember, who was it? Somebody posted a video about that too. Okay. I don't have anything for a couple paragraphs. Do you want to?
I have like the very next paragraph when she's like, she sees Tamlin and she's staring at him and she calls him the warrior incarnate.
I just said that. I don't know if you heard me. Me too. No. That's okay. It's so funny. We both highlighted the same thing. We do that a lot. If you're new here, we highlight the same things.
And I don't know if I have anything to like say about it yet, but I'm like, that's important. Like, and I know I've already read the whole series, but it's been so long since I've read it that I'm like, I know it's going to be something, but I just can't.
I think the death incarnate that Feyre labels Rhys. So there we go.
See, this is why you need two people.
Yes. So I think that there, and I think it can also sort of describe that like night, like Rhys is very much like the put together suit and tie dark essence of like death incarnate. It feels more like smoldery versus like Tamlin is the like warrior big man.
And I think it's funny because like Tamlin just like is Tamlin. Like he's like doesn't put on the show for anyone. Even though she said she was like, Lucian just is who he is and you don't. And it's like, dude, no, this is Tamlin.
Don't even get me started.
And like Rhys later on he's nothing but a show. And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, she said, Tasha said, I do think it was Rhys calling her with the drum and tie, the mention of her shadow pulsing to the drum. Oh, wait, we probably highlighted that. Did we pass it? We might get to it because there's more pulling.
Well, I know we said something about a shadow at the beginning, but with the string tied to her gut, pulling her towards the hills, commanding her, there's nothing about a shadow there.
Yeah, I don't see it on that part. Cheryl said, do you guys have any thoughts on why Rhys isn't in his own court completing the Great Rite? So I just would think that at this time, I think he's only out because Amarantha has sent him to do snooping. And I think on top of that, when we first read it last week, remember we were like, it says it's only a spring thing. But then in this chapter, it says everyone does it, which is weird. But in a couple chapters beyond
But
this,
they come to spring to do it. They don't like.
I thought that I don't know. You might be right.
It's probably for the summer solstice.
And then it says that for I can't remember where I was going with this, but I think that because shouldn't all the High Lords be doing it? We might have to wait till we get to that part of the highlight. But also, I think that they said that they alluded to the fact that the reason he was like, normally everyone's doing these things in their own courts. I think it might be a couple chapters down, but he says he's kind of saying like, but not right now. And we know that's because all of the High Lords are in Under the Mountain. So I think it's just not happening. And maybe he's doubling down and doing it for all of the courts.
Yeah.
But he has the summer solstice there too. And he's like, normally everyone else does this.
Yeah.
But,
and then I thought there was reference later on about Rhys. When they're talking to Rhys, he says something about Amarantha letting him out to whatever.
Yeah, later, I think he's like, she sent me there to snoop on Tamlin, or he probably convinced her to let her go.
Yeah, so I think I also just think that she does that with him often. I think he has a lot more freedom. He even talks about it later on, how he had more freedom with her. He was able to like come and go as he pleased.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't know, like, remember that specifically, but I think that that's part of which we'll get to, I'm sure, but I think that's just part of him playing the fractal game.
I have, like, in the next, like, right before the little star thingy.
Above the speech.
Do you have anything before that? Because I have right before when she describes him spry and swift as a stag.
Oh, I have that too. But really quick, Tasha is actually right. So she said, it says, my long shadows seem to pulse to the beat of the drums. That was right before where we highlighted there was a string tied to my gut. The sentence or two sentences before that, it says, my long shadows seem to pulse to the beat of the drum. So does seem to be something to do with the rhythm of and then later she like feels it through her feet and she's like, yeah, she's like, she's really soaking that up, girl.
Right.
Spry and swift as a stag. I have that too, which I thought could connect us to like Throne of Glass a little bit.
Like
he's the hunter.
Definitely of the Galathinius line, for sure. He has to be. Because what an odd description.
I actually think that he's like of Adian and Lysandra, if it goes that way, me personally. Yeah. But I feel like the connection is still like Adian and Elin are drop down from each other, you know. I don't know. I don't have too much skin in that game.
Because of the shifting. So yeah.
And like the green eyes, and I guess we don't know Lysandra's. I don't know if that's what her real eye color is. After the little squiggly squaggly, whatever that thing we decided to call. Yeah. After it says "stay in your chamber," I have like the wicked wild voice weaving in between the drum beats, whispered otherwise, "Go."
Literally the exact same.
Like, I want to know what that is. Is that the mother? Is that Rhys? Is that the earth? Like,
because, we get the go see. And that's what I kind of took it as Rhys because of Daemati. Like, it's crack theory that I think he's already in her head. But,
I mean, yeah, we saw him there for the dreams, and I don't disagree with that.
Also, it could just be her being nosy.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
I think that there is a dark and a light voice that is constantly happening through Prithian in the same way that there's like the battle of light and dark. Mm-hmm. And so I think there's like a benevolent voice and a malevolent voice. Wow, that was hard. And so it's very interesting. Like we get like the hissing, like the sister. That's like the malevolent. Holy crap. I don't know. This kind of seems like it's like sending her to where she should be. I don't know. I thought that was like a guiding voice.
Because then later, like a few paragraphs down, it went the one that says it was magic. At the very end of that paragraph, it says the wild voice beckoned to me. Like she wouldn't have gone had the wild voice not beckoned to me. So like, I'm assuming that go see is the wild voice.
Yeah, wild, wicked. Well, actually, you're right, wicked. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not. I didn't even think about that. I was always just saying it. So you're right. I could no longer stand it. I followed the drums. She literally cannot refuse it, which is so funny. So this whole paragraph, I think, is very interesting because it changes for me the perspective of when I thought back on this ritual. I was like, the shadowy figures around the cave. It's because she can't see them. It's because she has a glamour. So it's like everyone's like the shadowy figures. It's the glamour. They're not even shadowy.
I know, and she usually describes them as like a shimmer or like a glimmer, and she does say like she can see them better like from her peripheral.
They're like glimmer. I feel like is usually out of the corner of her eye, but she's like when I try to focus on a specific feature, it became a blur of color. They were more solid when I viewed them from the side, but if I turned to face them, it was just shadows and swirls, which to me is like floaties, and like you just can't quite focus. And then he says it was magic, some kind of glamour. I don't have anything down until it says I entered the hollow. How many hollow?
I highlighted it too because of you. Yeah, I was like, I know she's going to highlight the hollow.
Every time. It said hollow so many times.
Yeah.
Cheryl, I know you haven't been in here, but I was kind of thinking maybe Tamlin could be the prince of the hollow. Is that prince? Yeah. There's like pre-hell. You know what I'm saying? Pre-hell vibes.
Okay,
what if they all put into the prince?
Cheryl said a few things. She said... Oh wait, we have almost feels like a dream. What do they do and what they do mirrors with that ritual? Yeah, it's like giving the witches like a what were they called? Were they just called the witches' mirrors? What were they called?
What do you mean? Like the
in Throne of Glass.
I think they were just called the witches' mirrors.
Yeah. You know, like in dreams, you don't really have a choice in your actions and images aren't clear. Correct.
That's a really good point. Yeah. And also in dreams, because you don't know them, it's like you can't make out faces that you don't know. So, that you don't know.
Definitely drawing her too. But I know it said wild, wicked voice is drawing her, is talking to her, but the music couldn't possibly be related to Reese because it's the spring music. You know what I mean? Like I would assume that Tamlin has some kind of control over the music.
Maybe she just means a voice that goes against her natural instinct to stay inside because that's what she's told. So it's like wicked because it's just posing this opposite to what she's supposed to be doing. Because wild isn't really a bad thing. She's half wild. Tamlin's half wild. I don't think, you know what I mean? Maybe it's just her own perception of like, I shouldn't do this, so it's bad. It's telling me, it's leading me in a bad direction. Drums could be a heartbeat. And it says that it beats to her heart.
Yeah.
Like through Mother Earth.
It talks about...
Okay. I got to I'm on the next part where it says whatever was occurring inside the cave was the focus of the shadowy fairies. The path wended between the trenches. The high face swayed in place. They're like under a trance.
Yeah. So they're all like this music is...
It's like luring her. Is that the right word? It's like...
Yeah.
It's like sucking her in. It's like sucking all of them in.
Right.
So weird.
Well, I mean, it is technically like a ritual. So...
Yeah. She said the music does things to her in the prison too. Yeah, she's very susceptible to music. But everything in all of these series are music. The book that describes when the Valg literally, I'm not connecting this to Valg, I'm just saying. The book that connects like the entirety of the beginning of the story of the Valg is called The Song of the Beginning. The thing that Adis references, or somebody references the dark song that calls me home. So like the song is a song in some, there's also like the song of a mating bond. The song in their blood is what Adis talks about Thea. So I think the song is sort of like a fate connection.
Like the stream that.
Yeah. It's like, smoke and magic hung in the air. Yeah. Smoke and mirrors. So...
Where does it talk about the mirrors too? And I know it's in here, but I'm like, I can't Is it not on this page?
What mirrors? Is there? I cannot remember.
Are there mirrors in the cave? Or am I wrong?
Here I'm at the part. It says whatever was about to happen. Oh, it says pelt covered floor just just past the cave mouth. What lay inside was hidden from view past the chamber, veered away. Whoa, was hidden from view as the chamber veered away from the entrance, but firelight danced upon the walls. I don't see anything about a mirror, but I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know.
Maybe it's later. I can't remember. But
okay.
Do you have anything until we get to the three strangers? Because that's where I'm at next.
No, that's where I am.
Yeah. And I have the something crueler in their pitch black, depthless eyes.
Yes. Yeah, I thought that was very. Yeah.
Rogue.
Yeah. And the taller and leaner is Valve too, because we know from Tower of Dawn that the images in the tomes are of very tall, very lean humanoid figures.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Tasha's cracking me up. She said they all high.
I know.
Facts. Facts. Oh, and also I want to point out, obviously, but I beheld their sharp featured faces. She can see their faces.
Yeah.
So obviously it's because they're not from that court.
Yeah.
But she can see their faces, so that's interesting.
Yeah, they're not from, and they're from some court, and that's what I was assuming.
Oh wait, sorry, keep going. Go ahead.
I was assuming night court just because of the description, but like after we saw the description of the fairy from summer court, I'm like, I don't know where any of these fairies are from because none of them seem to like the blue. What?
I want to go back. Hold on 1 second, Cheryl. I'm not gonna forget, but. When I saw this, I actually went back to chapter 19. Is that the chapter right before? Yeah, where he's like talking about how Calamai is basically going to happen. And he says, you might see more fairies around than usual, fairies from this court and from other territories, not courts, which is kind of a weird thing, who are free to wander across the borders at night. And I added next to it, like the black-winged fairy, because they're from the summer court, but that's a weird fairy. If we are like associating like membranous black, depthless eyes with night, but that fairy is from the summer court. And also it's like he says basically that it's like they're allowing all of these things in the same way that Reese is like, I'm allowed here because they need all of this magic. And if it's this dark, was it in the night? Is it 19 or is it in 20 when he's like, it's a dark magic, it's a dark thing that we're working with? Because someone like mentions that they're like pulling dark power.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Let me look. You can, if you have something else to say. I just was gonna look.
No. I mean, because I pretty much just have like, I didn't highlight a lot here because I was like, this whole thing is like important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just highlighted that she can see that they smiled at her. She can see their faces. A pale, too long hand. The too long hand, again, that's so weird. I wanted to answer Cheryl really quick. Calamari. Remember when Tasha called it calamari? And the Supreme Court.
Oh my God, I'm dead.
Okay. Cheryl said, have you guys seen the theory that Feyre loses a bunch of time after this, as if she's asleep? No. Please, no. I have not heard that. I would love to hear about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it's like there were more non-masked fairies here now. A low hissing noise ran along my body. Oh, that was them laughing.
When? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, the three fairies chuckled. Yeah,
there's the three. So then, and that's what I was wondering. Are there more than just three there now? Like now there's a bunch of...
That's what she says. She says there were more non-masked fairies here now. But I don't think it's like gathering around. I think it's again because they're letting in people from other places. So anyone who's not spring is not masked.
Yeah.
But
so she's just observing like externally, which is kind of a weird thing to do when you're surrounded by,
you know.
She's like, oh, I'm about to get jumped out. Oh, look at all the fair, look at all the fae without masks. But like, girl, pay attention.
I'm really in danger, but I think I shall take a gander. Maybe I'll spot some color and shapes and light.
Color, shapes, and light. Color, shapes, and texture.
Yeah.
I'm gonna paint this later.
Not this terrifying, depthless black pits of eyes you guys have. Okay,
I'm gonna start saying that about anything that someone says that I find like not important. Like, you know, instead of being like, I'm gonna write that in my diary later, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna paint that later. I'll paint that later. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you're so funny. Okay. Cheryl's calling it calamari from now on. Yeah, we call it calamari is from now on.
So good.
Okay, so then he says, I'm at the paragraph where it says, bold statement from a human on calamari.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Said the one holding my left arm. The fires didn't reflect in his eyes because he's Valg. Okay. And that one I'm gonna just solidify.
Yeah, they're Valg. They're Valg.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, they have to be from the Night Court, right?
But
But we don't know.
If that's I don't think that me personally, I just don't think that the Night Court itself is the Valg territory rather than like, I think it's seeping from all. I think that in the same way like the Bog of Urid is in the middle and we know that they said that they can travel under the Bog of Urid to the mountain. We know that they I just feel like there's a lot of.
But we do think like the mountains are where they're coming from, right? Like I
don't exactly have a solid belief in where.
Because like with the connection with Windhaven, right?
Yes, I do think that that's important. I just feel like maybe because I haven't decided if I feel like, again, I haven't decided if I think Valg is equal to Hell. And I also think that like Hell is like the underside of Prithian. So I can't decide if it's like some of these dark things are Hell and some of them are Valg. I just haven't put my foot down as far as exactly what I think. I do think that there is a lot of connection to the Night Court, but I think it could be from other places too.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of humans just crossed the wall buying up metal rings. Wait, where?
What?
Give me the deets on that, Cheryl. I know Cheryl's got the deets. I think the lesser fae probably come from close by courts. I agree. The Night Court jeweler is from deep under the mountains, but we don't get from deep under the mountains, but we don't get a lot of info on other fae. The Night Court jeweler.
Yeah, what Night Court jeweler?
It's from deep under the mountains.
Like I'm assuming that's in later books.
And like under the mountain as in under the mountain or like, okay, wait, from the mercenary because they think it got, okay, wait. The back she said, there's a bunch of humans across the wall buying up metal rings.
Well, because, yeah, but what are you talking about? Like when?
I'm a little, oh wait, she's saying, I think that the mercenary said that. No. Night Court Mountains. Oh, duh. As in Romiel? She's from, or the jeweler's from Romiel?
The jeweler.
Because we don't know anybody. Eris is apparently the only one who's like, there's nasty business.
Yeah.
Like, y'all are speaking in tongues right now.
Yeah. And we're not there yet. We're not
Tasha's giving us one word. I'm just kidding.
Still in chapter 20, girl. Slow down.
You guys, it's so hard to figure out exactly.
Chaos, yeah.
Chaos, yes. C-Die, chaos. Okay. We love you.
Yes, we'll get there one day.
I don't remember I remember the rings. I remember Cheryl saying the rings. They have all the humans just cross the wall voluntarily buying them, which is interesting. And she's, I think, connecting this to the rings and the collars of the Valg, which is a really good point.
Yeah.
And so we haven't really, Megan and I have talked about a couple of times, is this like the beginning of Valg? Is this the beginning of Hell? Are they the same? I don't really, like I said, I haven't put my foot down with that. I don't know. Yeah. I can't decide yet. We'll get into it and decide. Ooh, he has bony fingers. I can't stop thinking about how Missy said the second Cyril was muscular.
I clipped that.
I sent it to me. I have to post it. It's so funny.
It's so good.
Okay.
Okay, so
towards the darkness.
We're almost to the scene. The famous.
30 hands grasped me under the shoulders. They were strong hands, warm and broad. 3 fairies went utterly still. Go ahead, you read it.
Yeah. There you are. I've been looking for you. Said a deep, sensual male voice I've never heard.
The three lesser fairies paled, their dark eyes wide.
Yeah.
So I was like, are they lesser? If we go with the Valg, they could be lesser Valg. If we go with the Fae, and they're just like if even if you were like, this is the origin of Valg realm, because we know that the Valg fought each other. I don't even know. I'm not thinking about the details, but I'm saying we know the Valg fought each other, and we know that it was only 1,000 years that they were in charge, and we also know that there's many species of Valg. So who's to say that these aren't just lesser species of this dark power who recognize that Reese is in charge, whether or not he's a Valg or they're a Valg or whatever.
True, because we've only ever, like in Throne of Glass, it was only the Valg princes. Like we haven't seen like the lesser.
Did we? Oh, we did.
Did we?
I thought we did, but I don't know. I thought so.
The Valg princes were the only ones that were put into humans.
So I thought that the one, like there was like a difference, right? The collars were princes and the rings were lesser Valg. That's what I don't know.
I don't remember. I know. I'll have to, and I feel like
studio audience, please.
Yeah. I thought that it was all the princesses, the princes.
Valg have a hierarchy. Yeah, I remember they had the lesser
I know
Valg.
they had a hierarchy, but I didn't think any of the lesser Valg were like brought into Throne of Glass. Like I thought that was like they were still in their homeland.
We're gonna have to. Well, I would say they were, because all of the horrors, the winged horrors, those were all Valg. The Ilkin are all Valg. So I think that like the beings who were like talking through a body, those are like the princes. But if they're fighting and battling, like the ones that are like just like the army, I think those are the lesser Valg.
Hi, Missy.
Yay! Hi, fan.
Okay. So I also have, right after that sentence, I thought it was odd that she said, like she was keeping her eyes on the three fairies, bracing myself for flight. As right after the there you are, I've been looking.
Yeah.
Bracing myself for flight as the male behind me stepped to my side. I mean, I know she's not bracing herself for him to fly, but like for her to run. But I thought it was an interesting call to what she will find out.
I love the foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Okay, jewelry preference. Gotcha. The rings might be for the lesser ones. I'm not exactly sure. The princess, but because the princess down south, hers was a ring, but hers was a Valg princess. Yeah, I think she had that special ring like V was talking about. And that's why Maeve wanted to put all of the princesses in the spiders, because that was the first time we saw a female Valg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Erewhon did have a ring.
Yeah, maybe it's like.
But was that because he could control others from it?
Well, also remember the princesses were more powerful than the princes, so maybe they had like a different type of ring. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they had like. I think it was like a band ring for like the lesser Valgs, and then it's like a collar for the princes, and then it's like hers was like a big sapphire.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So maybe it's like I think maybe it's like levels of jewelry.
I was saying that Erewhon had a ring. Erewhon wore a ring.
That's what I was saying. Maybe he had like a jeweled ring though. Like maybe it's like a band, and then the next level up is like princes get the collar, and then the next level up is like Erewhon, Maeve, and then maybe Duva. Because remember the princesses were like special.
Yeah.
Special girls. I see you. The girlies being special. That's right.
Of course. They're more powerful.
We hate a patriarchy. Strength and power, not rank. Naked mole rat. Erewhon is a little tiny baby naked mole rat inside of his body. Do you remember?
What?
Erewhon's core.
It's giving like shriveled.
I saw a whole post where people put horrible pictures. Missy's one of them. She put I was like, this is what I picture, and it was just Rufus from Impossible. And she put the most disturbing picture of Rufus I've ever seen in my life. I literally almost put her in timeout for that. You're in the corner, Missy. I always put you in the corner. Someone else put the little, remember the squiggly souls Ursula keeps?
Yes. Oh,
Someone else put the souls.
gross.
I have to tag you in it. It's so funny.
Oh my God.
Okay, so before me was the most beautiful man I had ever seen. And we did see that also the fairies with black eyes were a page before. These beautiful ethereal fairies were far worse. So like also was Erewhon not beautiful? Or I'm thinking of Lanthus because they all have gold hair. Lanthus, Adis, they both have gold hair. They're both beautiful. And my point to that is that they have like this ominous dark connection to them. So I'm linking like, is it the very pretty guys who are meant to be these like bad inside? Just a thought.
That's what I mean. If you go to like, I'm not like a biblical person, but don't they say that like the devil, if you saw him, would be attractive? Because
Persephone was like, you're beautiful and you're constantly
nice you.
Yeah. He's supposed to be.
But she also, like, before she said standing before him was the most beautiful man I'd ever seen, she also called him my savior.
Yeah. He did save her from the 3 frickles. So they were like trying to, and we hear later that she's like, they were trying to like grape me because they thought that I was here to participate in the ritual. So, I mean, yeah, I would call him my savior too. And he's hot. I'd be like, sign me up. Come on, Tam. Come on, Tam. We got places to be, all 3 of us. Okay. We all knew
that's chapter 20. That took us 50 minutes.
I also picture them like Greek gods. Yeah, I feel bad because she does say that Tamlin is super attractive, but he's got
a mask on. She can't like totally like she knows that he's attractive because he's a fae, but
I think they're androgynous like those hot Chinese fantasy movie actors. I do not know what you're talking about. Send me a picture, Tasha. Damn it.
Girl.
Text it to me.
What did I do? I like oh wait.
So this is just like descriptions of him.
Yeah.
I feel like we all know at this point.
I know. But it's just like this is his short black hair gleamed like a raven's feathers, which like ravens omen, offsetting his pale skin, his blue eyes so deep they were violet. Like that is a huge argument. People always make his eyes violet. And it's like, no, they're so blue, they're violet.
And Sarah J. Maas is sapphire. Sarah J. Maas is at fault for that because sapphire is a range of purple to blue. The gem sapphire. So like it annoys me when people say it one way or the other because I'm like, it's like violet is blue purple. Like I don't Ravens is such a theme. Maeve. Look like stiff wind would knock them over. Oh wait, who?
The
skinny guys? I hate the AI Kool-Aid eyes. Bags. Me too, Cheryl.
Look.
Yeah.
Okay, but does Rune's eyes are actually violet, right? I thought his were.
Oh. Buddy. While you're doing that, the next paragraph is like, night seems to press in closer around him, made me hesitate, made me want to run in the other direction, even though she just said he was so beautiful, which is Hades. That is the story of Persephone and Hades. When he pops out, she's like, oh my God, he's so beautiful. I'm uncomfortable. It's happening again. It happened with Tamlin. Also,
okay, but I have something for Tamlin though. I think you're right with Reese is Hades and she's Persephone. I have something later that I really wanted to voice note you about, but I was like, oh wait.
Okay.
I don't even remember what chapter it's in now, so who knows if we'll get to it.
Okay, so this is like not, I know we're all going to be like, mortal means Tamlin. I know. But when I read that one of his first things is like, what's a mortal woman doing here on Fire Night? I have this like thing where I think Reese is a demigod. And so like I feel like a lot of times they're like human Feyre, human, and like yes, Lucian does call her mortal, and yes, they are considered immortal, but they're not immortal the same way that gods are immortal. In fact, Fae would be considered mortals in reference to the gods. So it's not the only time it's mentioned. I just wanted to point out, maybe for us to kind of keep an eye, I feel like he talks to her like she's like way low. You know what I mean? Not like in a sense of like she's like beneath him, but like she's like a mortal, like he's a god. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and I have that like right before that, she said, made me want to run in the other direction. Her initial reaction is like, get away, get away.
It really says, I was terrified of him.
Yeah. She's terrified. She wants to run. Where like, even though Tamlin scared the shit out of her, she like bucked up. She was like, you know, like she.
Okay, this also makes me so mad at her again. I'm sorry, Feyre. The most. Okay. You already were taken by a snarling man beast, wolf, elk, wolf, a bear, okay? And you got knocked out for 2 days by the bastard. You've come around to him, okay? There's beast. You can't even see his whole face, the puka. He's got you on show where like you're glamored and he's embarrassing you. But you see the most beautiful man in like what, a 3-piece, 6-piece suit, 10-piece suit? And you're like, I'm terrified. Okay? The two most beautiful men are looking at you and you're like, I'm just shaking in my boots. Bitch, paint them and move on.
Literally. His arms around her. But like you're like, oh, it's muscly. I'm so scared.
Girl. Seriously. Right. They're immortal, not eternal. What? Who's immortal, not eternal?
The Fae?
Yes, I think that's what she's talking about now that I'm thinking about it. But still, gods are still immortal.
I had something and now I forgot what it was. Because like her initial reaction.
Yeah, Feyre, we're in a romanticide, I said. Get with the picture, okay? Stick to what you know. Paint beautiful things or just paint things and stop.
Learn to paint. Oh, also, wait, no, it left me. It left right out. Dang it.
I hate that. It's like we're on stage right. The drumming was increasing in tempo, building to a climax. I didn't understand. I understand it. I mean, wait, is this before the like they haven't even done the right yet? I thought they were building to a climax. She just doesn't want to think about it. No, I'm just kidding. Girl. As if he'd been molded from night himself. He was smiling at me, a predator, sizing up his prey. But I mean, you also thought the same thing about Tamlin, and your judgment was shit. So,
right
to that little hollow. Every time it says that, I'm going to say hollow.
That's going to drive me. Oh, okay. That's what I was saying. How you were brought up. He's like, what's a mortal woman doing here on Fire Night? You know. He knows the curse. What are you talking about, Reese?
Yeah. A lover's purr.
What's a mortal doing here? I don't know. Maybe trying to break the freaking curse that Amarantha put on everyone.
So bad. I love the koi. I love the koi like suit and the like looming and like, what are you doing here? I would eat that up. I would have eaten that up. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Same in that moment.
Yeah. In the moment, I would have been like.
After knowing what we know, like, Reese, shut up. You know what she's doing there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bro, Feyre is terrified of him. Yeah. Yeah. I see you, Cheryl. Okay. Sorry, I think we turned pages. Yeah. Tendrils of, I was just reading down my highlights, but tendrils of star-kissed night trailed in his wake.
I didn't touch the hollow before that?
I said it. I think you were reading. I was like, I'm going to mention it every time. Yeah. To the little hollow. I'm so glad that you picked up on my bloops. I'd have pooped myself. He's too hot, Tasha said. Tasha, I agree with you.
I don't think he would have done that. I think something else would have been going on downstairs. But
been mortified. No, Tasha, we're not pooping ourselves in front of the most team. Okay? Tasha, you have watery bowels just like Feyre. Okay? I love you. I love Tasha so much. You guys are not being mean to Tasha. We're friendsies.
Okay. Okay, I also had that highlighted.
Like calamari, Tasha. Or it was
Starkist
calamari.
Night Trail. What is that? But what does that mean?
Wait,
Tendrils of Starkist Night trailed
I
in
think
his
that that's because he's like, again, when we were talking about this, like darkness is like the beginnings and the endings. Like he's godly. He is like night incarnate sometimes. I think that that's just his magic.
He's just like,
I think he's just magical. He's just got so much magic. Well, maybe not so much because it's kind of taken, but in the same way that Tamlin's magic is held down and he has so much magic.
right. But like, I guess, but she can see his magic. Or, well, I guess he's not glamored, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be why. I was terrified of him. Why does it like...
Yeah, that was weird.
I was
Italicized.
terrified of him.
SJ, you overused the italicized there. Cheryl said maybe the calamari was bad. And the watery vowels.
She's allergic to seafood.
This group chat has its own inside jokes.
I know, I love it.
The manifestation of his power leaking. I agree. I think so too. Okay, so I think this line is interesting. It says, he now stood between me and the bonfire. And I said, how? Because I think that that would be decidedly an anti-Valve thing to do. Especially even Maeve is like, you wouldn't. I just think that that's interesting. I just wrote how out by the fire.
Well, I mean, I guess, but we don't see any...
It's not a decided thing. I just think that Maeve is like petrified of Aelin and she's supposed to be almighty and powerful. She's as vast and eternal as the sea. And he's like standing in front of the fire. The spicy juice is tickling me a tiny bit, I think. Okay.
I like what Missy just said. Feyre does the Valg thing to him. My instinct said to run. Like, yes.
Wait, say that again?
My instinct said to run. Like, anytime someone's around a Valg, like, their immediate instinct is like...
Does it say that?
Well, I mean, anytime... Yeah.
I just was saying, like, if it says that, like, quote-wise, I love that for pattern. Like, does it, you know me, I like the exact quote. Because
Well,
I like to pair.
bracing herself for flight. Which
Oh, I
would be
meant, like, is that in Throne of Glass where they're like, is that what she's saying?
I think so.
Whoever does the Valg thing to him.
I feel like anytime we've seen someone like significant around the Valg, like their instinct is always like, get away. Like,
Yeah.
right? Missy, you're going to have to homework.
Yeah, we need a lab. E-lab. I've never seen anyone so handsome, never had so many warning bells peeled in my head because of it. But she never listens to warning bells. That's not a problem. She didn't listen to her own warning bells when Tamlin tried to convince her 9 times to eat. That was the longest she ever held out. Claps for Feyre.
Right.
And then he says, I'm afraid the refreshments are a long way off. Oh, yeah, right before that I wrote Hades because all the warning bells again.
Yeah.
He waved his hand toward the hollow.
Wait, there's another one?
Another hollow. Yeah, the next, it says, he'd been able to scare off those fairies. And then the next paragraph is, he waved his hands toward the hollow, toward the drums. Enjoy the night then. Stay out of trouble.
There. Yeah.
Oh, then he just returns. She brings him back. She's not.
Well, and then she's like, I needed to flee from him. And then she's like, so you're not from you want to chat? You're not from the Spring Court? Like, girl.
It is fine. She's like, let me not waste my shot on this real quick.
For real. And then he does say, because we were talking, someone asked about like them, why he was there. And he says, because all the monsters have been let out of their cages tonight, no matter what court they belong to. So I may roam wherever I wish until the dawn. So that makes me wonder if the other High Lords were, but he said the monsters have been let out. So does that mean?
So somewhere it says, and I will find it if I don't find it during the live. It says that the Great Rite is like, Cheryl might know if she's still in here, that it's like, it's a dark ritual. Like I can't remember the exact words. I need to find it. But I feel like one, he's generalizing because remember he's wearing his mask where he makes everyone think that he's this bad guy. So I partially feel like he's trying to fulfill this like I'm out of my cage, I'm a bad guy. But I also think that the monsters being let out of their cages tonight, and then we have those like dark-eyed guys, and then we have all kinds of beings that are allowed to creep in to this maybe dark ritual if Cheryl is able to find it. I think that it might symbolize the interaction that is the great right. Like what is happening with the land? Is if it is connected to the underworld, does that have anything to do with it?
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Cheryl said that it said Tamlin will let great and terrible magic into his body.
Yeah, I think there was a reference to dark as well. So if you can find that, if not, I will look for it. But I'm sure I highlighted it. I just can't remember. It might be in chapter 19, Cheryl, if you're looking currently, but I can't remember. And then randomly, his smile turned cold and cruel. I don't like that. Why? You were being all suave and charming, and then you're like, enjoy the right. Why is he mad?
Because.
Why is he? But why? Why be mad? I just feel like it doesn't fit the MO. Like, I hurry back to the hollow.
Like, was he trying to sway her into something? I mean, because he was trying to like say he was going to escort her. He's like, I'll escort you.
I know, and
She's like, nah.
It's so weird because then she brings him back. She asks him. She's like, so you're not a part of the spring court? And he's like, do I look like I'm part of the spring court? And he laughed under his breath. No, I'm not a part of the noble spring court and glad of it. He gestured to his face where a mask might go. And then it says the man's remarkable eyes seemed to glow, just like Tamlin's.
Yeah.
And then he's sort of like, because all the monsters, blah, blah, blah. And that was it. She doesn't say anything back. His smile turned cold and cruel. Enjoy the right. Oh, no, she said that. Enjoy the right. I repeated. Why would his smile turn cruel after he just answers her? That's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We get stuck on little shit, but.
I know. Well, and he's Reese, so.
No, Cheryl, that's not it. Dang it. Tamlin and Reese both have glowing eyes. Both of them, yeah. Yeah, that's not it, Cheryl. Thank you so much for looking. I gotta go back and look. I'll find it.
Oh, sorry, Antoinette. I thought you were asking who we were currently talking about.
I'm not.
Oh, there's another hollow. Yeah, I hurried back to the hollow. Did you already say that?
Yes.
How come I'm like distracted? What do I have? Oh, when I love Lucian. When Lucian spots her and he winnows, did we know that he could like winnow?
Knowing?
Yeah. I love that he's just like, you little, like he's pissed.
Oh yeah, he's so mad.
I love him.
I love Lucian. He's so
Okay.
But
one of my friends came in to get her hair done today, and we were talking about all of this because she also reads all of these, and we're like, she and I love a ginger, and we're like, oh, we have a problem because we love Lucian, we love Eric. We're like, oh, they're redhead, got it, bet. Ours, love Lucian, love Eris, in Quicksilver, love Carrion, like sign me up. Like any ginger with a little bit of an attitude. See a Reese, see a Tamlin, don't care about you.
Autumn Gang and Arabin, yeah.
Oh yeah, aside from that, but
I agree with you otherwise.
Therian and Crescent City
is my favorite. Therian is like my probably favorite character from Crescent City.
Why does he get so much hate?
He gets hate.
Yes.
If you don't like Therian, get the frick out of here.
That's what I'm saying. A sassy ginger is where it's at.
Jamie sealed the deal for me. Wait, Jamie. Who's Jamie?
Who's Jamie? Are you trying to start chaos again? What we do?
We love Tasha.
Yes, I love a himbo. A ginger himbo, specifically, for me.
Outlander. Oh, wait. I just started watching that recently. I need to get back into it. Jamie. Is that the guy? You're talking about the show? Is that what? That's what it's called, right? The Outlander where she like goes back in time?
Yeah, I think it was books too. But I didn't.
But the main guy who she like heals, is that Jamie? Because I just started, I'm only a couple episodes in.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, someone doing cartwheels just joined. Did you see their name?
No, what?
I like that. Yes, yeah, he's a sweetie. Yeah, the girl, just that beginning of that show, the guy she's with is so boring. Her like actual husband is so boring. All
I
right.
haven't watched it. Okay, I love Lucy. It's like, have you lost your senses? Have you lost your mind?
But he always says, Tamlin's gonna, whatever he says, Tamlin's gonna.
Here it says
all the time.
his face was ghostly pale.
Oh, yeah, he was actually afraid, but he says that he overuses it. I'm like, I don't trust you anymore.
I know. I feel like in most cases he says that to be like silly, goofy, like your boyfriend's gonna kill me, and then she's like, he's not my boyfriend, like that kind of like interaction.
And he ran fast. He was carrying her. He ran faster than anything she'd be able to move.
Like
he was nauseated. Yeah, like Aelin running. Kale was like, even on my horse, that thing was running. Yeah. I will never forget that. I will never forget that.
That bitch was running.
Wait, my favorite part to hate on is when Aelin throws Dorian up the stairs. That made me so mad. Dorian, do not speak for the next book. Do not speak. That made me so mad. I was so mad at him for that. He got tossed. Anyway, I'm off of that. Okay.
Okay, so you brought up the mortal thing with Rhys. Here it is, Lucian saying, you stupid mortal.
Yeah. And like they do reference it back and forth. But I think it's very interesting because the High Lords, they are like raw. They're raw. They have raw magic. And I feel like they are like demigods. So I'm doing a video on the Ages of Man, which Missy and I were talking about. I did a whole thing, but it was 2 minutes. So I'm redoing it, and I'm gonna just explore each in a different video. But basically, like there are beings that breed with the gods. There are beings that breed with like the humans or like the lower level mortals, and that's how you get like the demi-fae, which we have reference to in Throne of Glass, and then we have the demigods that breed with them, I guess. So I'm kind of under the thought that like Thea and Peleus and Theon level are like just active gods that were like they're communicating with, whereas in Throne of Glass they're in their floaty form, so they're not able to communicate with them anymore. But I feel like they're interacting with gods, and so does that where like the drop down of demigod comes in, or are they demigods? You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Yeah.
Whoever gets called mortal human in Maasverse 7 times, so she might actually be shapeshifted. Like, you mean like Aelin? Like her mortal and her fae form?
Oh. Interesting. Which that could kind of play into the whole cycles. Like she doesn't even know. Mm-hmm. She don't know nothing. She don't know.
But she knows some big words for someone who doesn't know anything. But then Tamlin was like, you had good diction.
She knows some big words for being dumb.
I know. Effervescent. You cleared sparkling and changed it to effervescent. Girl, you know a little bit. Maybe she just can't spell effervescent. Okay.
Probably. That's probably it. Someone read it to her.
But she didn't know remember the poems? She didn't know what some of those puny words were, so I don't know. She's questionable.
Okay, I also have like, and this isn't even, well, it's a little foreshadowing, which is kind of funny, but when he's like, it's the great right, cauldron boil me. It just
when he says that. I do not like that.
Boil me.
I thought Lucian was like a 45-year-old man when I first, like 45 compared to like, you know what I mean? I thought he was like an older man.
The way he talks.
This whole first book, I thought he was an older man when I first read it.
Like this whole fart.
I was like, you're an old guy saying this shit. And then it says, I could almost see the drum beats pulsing against his skin. Like something about the land it's in their bones. It's messing with them.
It's a ritual. The music is like, it's...
And the High Fae don't have specific powers. So it's like even all of the High Fae, not just the High Lords, well, obviously everyone, but I don't know. I feel like there's some tie to the fact that we were like, we don't really know what magic they have, the High Lords. Remember, he was like, we don't have specific things like making plants grow and cleaning everything in sight. Like, what does that mean, Lucian?
Well, I think he is a High Lord. or he's being called to be one. And maybe it's not the autumn court, and maybe it's not the spring court. What if it is the summer court?
I have seen that too, which makes me sad because I love Helion.
But I mean, there is no heir there.
Oh, yeah. I just meant like I love him, and if he died, everyone's like Helion's gonna die and Lucian's gonna become in charge. Makes me sad.
Which, like, maybe that's like it's just, you know how like Tamlin said there are signs on who the land is choosing. Like, my brothers would have seen it. I couldn't hide it, no matter how much I glamored it. Maybe that's like Lucian. Like, he's got this, like, he's showing the signs he will be a high lord, but
like you said, he might be the only heir. Is he the only son of Helion?
maybe
Definitely gonna be a high lord.
Well, isn't there like a theory that maybe Eris and like because some of his other brothers have like the dark coloring like Helion.
Oh, I don't know. Actually.
There's like the theory that like Baron isn't like any of their fathers or like all of their fathers or something.
I want to look that up. I have not.
Yes. Cheryl said Eris has Helion's eyes. Yes.
I was going to say, if Cheryl's in here, I know that she knows, because I know you were talking about, you did a video about the Lady of Autumn, I think, about this. I can't remember. If you have more, we would like to know. Okay, so
Karen says the power Lucian has been strongly manifesting is spell cleaving, which isn't that Helion's?
Does it say that somewhere? Oh, I want to know where it says that. Thank you, Karen.
Yeah.
Spell cleaving. Not yet, but I'm going to probably talk to you about it. Probably. I want to know more about his spell cleaving, because I know that's Helion's thing, is he's a spell cleaver. But I can't remember when Lucian does spell cleaving. Do you remember?
Mm-mm.
It's been a long time. I just do not remember. Not denying that at all. I really just don't remember. Usually I feel like I have a good memory for that stuff. But it's been a while. Let's see. Oh, so obviously the interesting cycle of Fire Night signals the official start of spring in Prithian, as well as the mortal world, which is the whole Persephone cycle. So is that why it's calling to her? Because it is her cycle.
Yeah.
Here our crops depend on the magic we regenerate on Kalanmai tonight.
Yeah, I have it's a give and take.
Is that why the adder was like, remember?
Because it says, okay, this is what I'm also confused. Each of the 7 High Lords of Prithian perform this every year, since their magic comes from the earth. So are they all supposed to be there that night? Are all 7 High Lords there, but we only saw Tamlin and Rhys?
Well, I think when it says performs, I would assume that means performs themselves. Otherwise, I think they would say, like, joins us or, like, comes here. You know what I mean? I feel like when I read that, I thought it was like they perform it themselves. They all do it in their own court.
She also said she couldn't see in that cave. Like, she couldn't see what was going on in there. And then Rhys was like, oh, all the monsters were let out of their cage tonight, specifically. Because Amarantha would need them to feed the land regardless. So, I mean... But yeah, I have highlighted from their coupling, magic will be released and spread to the earth, where it will regenerate life for the year to come, which I was like, Hades Persephone, that whole
yes. Mm-hmm. Find the maiden. Yeah, they do this every year. And Tam won't be the fairy, you know. Mm-hmm. That makes me think of Deanna taking over Aylin's body.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
The magic will consume everything in him but that one basic command. And kind of like, I don't know if that's why you were mentioning Amren, but it's like, you know how Amren's like, don't like scream. I will come and attack you. Remember when she's like, if you turn me, don't scream because I'll notice you. Because she's not going to remember.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering what entity is like taking over. What is she saying? The phrasing y'all are using about the High Lords and a fertility rate. Feyre's luteal phase. You guys make it so hard to get through.
Seriously.
I love it. It's my favorite thing ever.
It's so much fun.
That's common.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, right after that, Tamlin hunts down the white stag and kills it. Why a white stag? Like, that's giving.
And I think that's what I agree. Yeah. That's giving the Lord of the North. Is that what it is? Cheryl's saying that that's like the sovereignty goddess ritual in mythology, the hunter and the maiden stag. So I think, is it also like a white stag? I don't know if that matters, but we like to pick out important details that are only important to us.
Yeah.
Okay, also, let's see.
Yeah, she said, yeah, it's a white
His
stag.
instincts that select her. What instincts?
His what? Oh, yeah.
Instincts that select her. What the hell does that mean? Oh, yeah, it says he'll make his way to that sacred cave. And then earlier when the adder, oh, I was going to ask you, do you remember when the adder was like talking to him and he was like, I know what day it is? Is it because it was like almost fire night? I don't remember how long ago that was supposed to be.
No,
I think they had
They're starting to skip time, but I do think it was referencing like it's the night before Calamine, right?
I think so too, because then it's like that kind of plays into what you were saying. Like so let's think about it. If he's saying to the adder, if the adder's like basically pressing him for like, it's tomorrow, what's coming tomorrow? What does that have to do with Amarantha and Tamlin? We need to think about that. I need to think about that.
Well, is there how many days until the curse is like done?
Well, when Feyre goes back, the curse was done 3 days before she returns. Because Alice says basically like the curse.
Yeah, and it goes on because they get all the way to summer. So yeah, what does Calamine have to do with
her? And is it part of the regeneration? And is it part of the fact that there's like these dark beings around and she sends a bunch of them? And it says at some point that she sends the Naga and she sends something, but there's something else that she doesn't send. One of them was like not of Amarantha. I can't remember. Now I'm freaking trying to push it. I don't remember. Anyway.
Oh, okay. So as Lucian's talking to her and he's like talking about like going back, he shrugged off that invisible hand a second time. And his eyes fell upon the hills.
Where is that? What's the first line?
It says, "Ah," Lucian chuckled, is the like paragraph. Tam's not the only one who gets to perform the rite tonight. At the end, in the middle of there, it says he shrugged off that invisible hand a second time. His eyes fell upon the hills. Like something is like pulling him back, calling him back, just like Feyre was pulled to the right.
Like the magical call, which makes even more sense to assume than that she has magic, because why else would it be calling to her?
Would that mean the land is calling her as the maiden? Because then Tamlin like looks for
qualifies, I think, and he's like, "Where were you? I would have chosen you. I would have been gentle with you."
Yeah, like his instincts were like, my maiden was here.
I know, and like Lucian knew that he would send her, and why is that? I guess he's like, it's a problem because she doesn't have magic, because the maiden is actually a sovereignty goddess.
I'm dying at the Marv, you guys.
Oh my gosh, stop. Oh, Cheryl, you can't misspell anything in here because you just jump on it. And Tasha's only doing it because Tasha said Supreme Court after she made fun of someone for saying calamari. Our OGs know that we just
can't
mess around the whole time.
I can't even read because I'm like laughing.
Just because we all love each other.
What was the party that they threw when the mask got stuck?
Wait. I missed what you just said about the mask. Okay. What was the party that they threw when the mask got stuck? No, that was Amarantha being like, I'm just going to bring you all. I don't know if there was an actual ritual, but I'm pretty sure it was just her bringing them there to be like, I'm trustworthy. You can trust me. Come here. You can trust me. Come on into the fold, ladies.
Snatched.
Yeah, she was trying to be so cutesy patootsy, not cutesy patootsy. Okay. You know how I was playing with Feyre is time? Saturn is time. There's also a god of agricultural seeds. That's interesting because Saturn is also represented by the Veritas. by Veritas. I don't really know what that means for you, but I just wanted to tell you that. Random facts, if you're wondering, random facts. Hey, I'm gonna mute this because I have to pee really bad. So y'all talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Okay. Well, let's figure out what they were celebrating because I do not remember. Is it in? When did no. Tamlin already talked about it, right? When their masks were, oh shit. Their masks went on, he was like talking about it. All right, let's find out. Thought it was something. Tamlin's shape-shifting abilities. What's his shape-shifting? Oh, wait, what? They were honoring his shape-shifting abilities? I'm confused. You guys, you're losing me. A result of a surge that occurred during a masquerade 49 years ago. But it doesn't say what the masquerade was.
I think she just threw a party. I think she just was like, let's have a masquerade.
Yeah, it was like
has to honor Tamlin's shapeshifting. Yeah, all the Spring Court people who wore masks wore them to honor Tamlin.
Oh, that's why they had him on. Did we say it? Yeah, I think it was them wearing the masks was to honor his shapeshifting, but the party was just
it was just a masquerade, I think. And it was like because she was trying. Remember, she was like going to different courts. She spent however long of this time going to different courts to try to like convince people that she was nice. And then it was like she had this party that was like, everyone come. I'm going to basically promote our friendship with this masquerade, and that's kind of how I understood it to be. And also, we learned that none of the people in the Spring Court are shapeshifters.
Yeah.
What power do they have? Why don't we know this? Why don't we know what power the people of the courts have? The masks were to allow Lucian to cover his face. I think Alice told this to Feyre. Yeah, I think that's in like chapter. I do remember reading that. You're right, Karen, in like a later chapter, but I don't remember what.
No, it was Tamlin.
What?
Who told her that the masks. Oh, well, later on when Alice is explaining.
When she comes back and she's like, you didn't even try to break the curse, even though you told me to mind my business, Alice.
Right, shut up.
The ops. Alice is the ops, honestly. That pissed me off. That made me so mad. The masks were to honor. Yeah, I think the masks that they chose were, but what's weird is like if it was a masquerade, why was everyone not wearing a mask?
Yeah, was it just the Spring Court?
Or wait, maybe it's that. Remember, the first thing is she took all of the High Lord's magic and like subdued them, but Tamlin had a separate curse, so maybe that's why. Maybe they all were wearing masks, and maybe it was just Tamlin's people who got.
I think it was. I think it was just
for Lucian's eye. Masks were to honor Tam's shapeshifting because she loves him. She loves that man.
She's obsessed with him.
Mm.
I feel like I don't have much aside from, the
where are you?
What's about to happen. I mean, Lucian just is like, stay in a room, no matter who comes knocking. And then we've got the little do-diddy.
The do-diddy.
And then
I suppose Tamlin's handsome. Terribly handsome. What? I suppose he's definitely terribly handsome. That doesn't make sense. Two conflicting sentences there. I suppose.
I know.
Page 282. I shall read it to you. Hello. Oh yeah, I definitely highlighted this already. Okay. A party, she said, to make amends for what she'd done to Lucian, and a masquerade so he didn't have to reveal the horrible scarring on his face. The entire spring court was to attend, even the servants, and to wear masks to honor Tamlin's shape-shifting powers, she said. He was willing to try to end the conflict without slaughter, and he agreed to go to bring all of us. Good job.
Bummer.
Tasha.
Okay. Next is
So the moonlight from the open window turned his mask silver. His mask is gold. A couple chapters back, the moonlight turned his mask bronze.
I know. I feel like
his mask silver, which is the three rings: gold, silver, bronze.
And why is she so attuned to metals? Like magic smells metallic to her. Now she's seeing this mask.
That is a very good point.
Yeah.
And then going somewhere, his voice was not entirely of this world. That sounds like other. That sounds like Deanna taking over his body.
Who is that?
Tamlin's the god. Missy, yes, I was saying that earlier. I don't think you were in here. I was like, they're gods. I think that they're like demigods or gods or...
Which plays into your, like, this is God's realm.
Oh, yeah. I think that they all... I think it's just like in the same way that the gods realm is like the Titans were in charge and then the Olympians were in charge. We talked about this before. I think it's just who was in charge, and we can mark... I think it's just that when the Book of Breathings was made, it was made at the Bronze Age when there were Fae. You know what I mean? Like we weren't at the Age of Heroes or Age of Legends yet. That comes later, and we weren't in the Bronze Age. I don't know. I have so much more to say about that. I won't say now, but yeah, I think that the silver, bronze, gold references are everywhere.
I didn't even like notice. I mean, I noticed her noticing it a different color, but I didn't realize that it was the silver, bronze, and gold.
So then we have. His bare chest was painted with whorls of dark blue woad, which is a flower, a yellow flower.
Where are we at?
That's like the first line of the sentence. So it's under going somewhere, and then it says, I suppressed a shudder, and then the next paragraph says, his bare chest was painted.
Yeah, I skipped a page.
Whorls of dark blue woad. And smudges in the paint. I know exactly what's been touched.
This is kind of like foreshadowing, I feel like, for Under the Mountain. What, like, Reese was there tonight, and he does the exact same thing to Farah Under the Mountain. Paints her with the swirls and whirls.
I think that might have something to do with like ritualistic, and I don't personally have too much to say about that because I don't remember that part. I remember that I listened to that part of the book, so I don't have a good recollection of those details, but I do think that this is a good correlation to it being something that is of their culture. Not to touch each other, to paint each other. That's all I'm saying. I think that it also foreshadows that Reese and Feyre do all this the following Calanmai in the cabin. They do. He does paint all over her. Is that Calanmai when they are doing the whole...
Do they paint each other, or they just are rolling around in the paint?
That's a good question. I don't know.
That's like the famous, chapter 50 whatever, right?
54?
54, 55.
One is Solus and Feyre is Cathona. Because Feyre says they might have created their own magic. So is that magic creeping on? Yes, Sam. LBD Sam has a video on it.
That it was on Calanmai when they're at the cabin?
She remembers it being on Calanmai. Yeah, I need to know. I want to watch that. Send that to me. And Reese was the hunter. Die. You make my brain invert sometimes.
I know. I'm like...
Then Lucian tells her he completed it. Wait. When Lucian tells her he completed it. Sorry, I'm trying to think about what we're talking about.
I know. Now
I just get... Wait. Wait, what are you saying, Di?
I know. I think we're jumping. That's okay. She has. I just like all of this where he's like, I could smell you. You drove me mad.
Oh yeah, I searched for you. You weren't there. He reeked of magic. Let's see. The Tamlin I knew was gone. You drove me mad. He growled. When I didn't find you, it made me pick another.
Yeah, because she had to have been. That's what the pull was. She was being pulled there because she was the maiden.
Yeah, and if he would have chosen her because she doesn't have magic, that would have fricked the land, which is I think is why Lucian's like, get out of here. He's going to choose you if you're around there, and you're going to screw us because you don't have any magic. Tamlin and Lucian, this is what Cheryl and I were talking about. Tamlin and Lucian know something. Something is going on. We're going to find something out that they, because of the whole whispering in the Glen, there's like that maybe ancient connection. What is it that they know?
Do you think it was that, or do you think he was just like, he's going to scare you and then you're not going to break the curse because he's not acting himself?
I think that could have something to do with it, but I do think that I feel like he was like, because I do feel like human Feyre at least is his mate. So I feel like they're calling to, and if you're mates, you're supposed to be equal in every way. When I say human, I just mean like what we know to be human, the beginning of the book Feyre.
Yeah.
And whatever that means for her magic, if they're mates, they have to be equal in magic. They in every way, they have to be equal.
Well, think about it. When she does turn Fae, they are. He has all of the same power. Like she has a drop from all the High Lords, so he has all of that. He's like pure magic. He's got the fire magic. She does. He can control the water, the wind. They are equal.
All the High Lords are raw. I think they all have raw magic.
But she is above Rhys. I think that's why Rhys has got her on such a tight leash. He's like,
he fed her to the drop for sure.
Because all the stuff that Rhys says he can do, he's like, I'm the most powerful High Lord. Let me see it. We see Tamlin doing it left, right, center. No one's asking him to. He's just doing it because he cares. And Rhys is like, well, I can do that. Can you?
She said Feyre may have been getting called by the sovereignty goddess, which I think is true. But do you have to have magic to be called? I guess is my question because, wait, I missed Karen. Let's see. I think he knew Tamlin would seek her, and Tamlin did not want to force her. Yeah, I feel like he was like, Tamlin's gonna want you, and maybe I don't think that hiding something always has to be negative. I think that there's probably a reason, but I wonder if they're hiding something. Because remember, they were sneaky chatting. We were talking about how they were like when they were in the and we never got anything from. Like, I don't really think they were like, do you have a crush on her? Okay, make your move, dude. I'll stay back. I'll hang back and you make your move. I don't think that's what they were whispering about. Right. Okay. I don't know. I feel like there's like something more here. I don't think it's bad necessarily, but.
Right.
Feyre was chosen specifically because she had ice in her heart, which is interesting because later when she's like, my heart of darkness, she says when she's Fae, my heart wasn't always dark. But I do agree that she says her and Isaac, their connection is that they were like missing something. Mm-hmm. So I agree that there is this absence of something. But she does say that like when she becomes Fae, her heart is like more dark. Mm-hmm. It's weird.
What if they knew she was starborn and only a starborn can open the pool?
Ooh, the starlight pool. That's like, would she have that effect on it? I like that. Imran said I always say ACOTAR because we all say like ACOTAR. Do you do that too? ACOTAR. That Feyre was twice as powerful than Rhys. I don't think she lied. Yeah, I don't think that that's not true, but I think everything freaking Imran says is a lie. But I don't disagree with you, Cameron. I don't disagree with you, Karen. I just think that I don't trust Imran at all. At all.
I think when it comes to power, she doesn't lie.
I agree with you. I agree. Yeah. I think she's so. I just every time. But I do sometimes when you see someone, you're like, I don't like you.
I think she's sneaky. I like. Whose theory was it? I don't. It might be Candy's. That like Amren is like controlling Rhys.
I would agree with that because I think that sometimes, like we've talked about, when she tells him stuff, he's like, "What? We do? We have that? It's a
Yeah.
thing?" All right, Amron said it's a thing.
Right.
So,
Bye, Cheryl. Thank you for hanging out.
bye, Cheryl. I'll talk to you soon, I'm sure. Bye, girly. Thank you for coming.
Because Candy brought up how like Amron will say something 3 times, like out loud, and then Reese will think it in his head 3 times. Or no, vice versa. Reese will think something in his head 3 times, and then Amron will voice it out loud. I can't remember which one comes first.
We'll need to pay attention to that when we get
Yeah.
there. I can't wait to see that.
So it's like she's like a mouthpiece.
I definitely think she's a mouthpiece. She's such a freaking liar. She's a liar, plans for hire.
I love a SpongeBob quote. You know this.
Okay. Oh my god, my thing is everywhere.
We gotta at least get to the end of this chapter.
Yeah, we do. I think I like the one that she's the dragon. I do too. I don't like the racial constructs around that, but I do vibe with the idea, especially with the smoke in her eyes. And we know that there's like, doesn't the dragon have smoke in her eyes?
I don't know.
Ariadne.
Like what dragon? Ariadne
from Crescent City.
Does she have smoke in her eyes? She also has the like iridescent-y like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she has smoke in her eyes. But I don't know. Amron reads minds in Frost and Starlight. That little stink. Wait. I didn't even think of that. I was thinking of Ariadne.
Let me see.
Wait, that's what I was talking about. Maybe she's not talking to me. She has red eyes.
Okay.
Ariadne, I think she does, but I thought that when they first saved her, that it was like she had smoke in her eyes. Maybe not. She predicts Feyre's thoughts. Oh my gosh, we have so much juiciness to get to. Okay.
I know. We got to get through the end of chapter.
We're supposed to be doing 6 chapters. We've done 2.
Barely. We're not even done.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. All right. Let's see. I started you. You made me mad. She asked me not to be gentle with her. Same girl. Sorry. I would.
He like says that
with you though.
Spicy. Ooh. I would have had you moaning my name.
Oh my god! I was like, I would have taken a very, very long time, Feyre.
Tamlin.
Yeah, but also that's kind of an insult. I don't know if you know how girls think, but that's an insult. Wow, what do you not like me or something? See, this is why I put 18 or older on the freaking.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay. The racial undertones. I know you weren't. But I just like to be mindful. I'm a mindful gal. Okay. I just like how Rhysand couldn't deny Asriel's command in Frost and Starlight. I cannot remember that book. I liked it a lot. I'm not one of the people who was a hater of it. I just don't remember. It's been a long time. Tamlin, yeah. Facts. Okay. This is where he bites her. He bit my neck. Made me see red. See lightning. I think that's a matey thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I have this whole thing, like, everything just seems so the neck biting, like with Aelin and Rowan. She couldn't think. Her world narrowed to the feeling of his lips and teeth against his skin.
But it's also like not him, which I find to be weird about this. But this also is emulated later on the little hill. But
he does remember it though. So like he is like. Maybe it's just like he's amplified. Like it is him, but he's just like.
But I don't like that Lucian was like, it's not the Tam you know. What Tam is it? The dirty Tam. But Tam's always dirty with the dirty limericks. The dirty.
The god. He's the god.
Yeah. Okay. Woof. Let's see. Yeah, the heat pounded between my legs. And as he ground his body against me, against every aching spot, a moan slipped past my lips. He said, "Don't ever disobey me again." Never again, sir. Never again. Won't
Yes,
do it.
Daddy. No.
I was literally gonna say the same thing. But also, what happens if I don't? If I do disobey you? What happens?
Because I will.
Yeah, don't threaten me with a good time.
I literally look at my note that I put. Oh, wait, hold on. Shit. It says, don't disobey me again. Literally, okay, Daddy.
You're so funny. Oh my gosh. Oh, but so it says awakening everything and lulling it into complicity. Let's not ignore it when it's Tamlin, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of complicity happening there, mental complicity. Okay. Moonlight turned his eyes the color of leaves in shadow. I wanted his mouth and teeth and tongue on my bare skin. I wanted him everywhere. Facts, girl, don't we all?
Right? I was drowning in that need.
I don't know what Tasha's laughing at. Missy uploaded some vines in the text. Oh, yeah. I read all of Missy's videos like this, and my eyes bug out of my head all the time. And then I berate her in the comments, like, Missy,
I'm like this in bed.
get in the corner for doing dark magic. Yeah, me too. My eyes just slowly start spinning. I love Tamlin and his limericks. I like.
We want to know what those poems are. We need those poems.
Oh yeah, I know. I want the poems. Oh yeah, Tamlin talking to her about how he like bit her neck, and he's like, "Sorry."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Lucian propped an arm on the table and covered his mouth. He's like, "You guys."
Why does Feyre have a bruise on her neck?
I know. And wait, what about when he's drawing them as pigs?
And then Tamlin literally, I bit her. We ran into each other. We ran into each other in the hall. I bit her.
What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do here?
Like, I love that that's his response. Like, he's getting funny.
Oh yeah, he is getting funny. I love it. At the sight of Tamlin's growing smile, he's like laughing because she's like, "Fairy pig," and she like leaves, and Lucian howls, and then he can't even hold his smile back. Then she writes, "Two fairy pigs wallowing in their filth." She's like drawing a picture of them.
And it made me happy.
That's so funny. Okay, then we can just, I mean, I don't know about you, but I just kind of mushed past all this. Like, she's dressing up for him. But
well, I had at the end of that, after she like drew them as pigs, she was like, the Tamlin I knew had returned, and it made me.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know, I love it.
Yeah, and then the very next little doodaddy, when it's for the first time in a long, long while, I slept peacefully. She didn't have any nightmares. She slept comfy cozy. She's like, my man bit me.
And I think that, I wonder if that has anything to do with like magic running out, control of magic running out when they had to redo Calamai, and now it's like in control. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we get to her like dressing up, which the dress is like very much giving, like it's the golden underdress and the turquoise over gown, which reminds me of like the Galathinius eyes.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm going to dress in your family colors.
You're funny. That is fact. I didn't even think about that. Every time I see turquoise, I think of Tarquin.
Yeah, love him.
I love him. Daddy Tarquin.
Yeah.
All of them. Seriously, line them up. All right.
No, like I didn't even think anything of it until like I saw the golden and then the turquoise, and I was like, golden turquoise. That's like.
Ash River Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
What about the next page when Lucian's like, oh wait, I skipped because I don't really have anything on that. Just when Alice is like, no, I'm from the summer court. Past the hood nanny.
Yeah, I had like when she was talking about her sister, when she's like, but my sister and her mate had been killed, and for her boys, she coughed as is choking on the words. I'm like, is that like was it just an emotional choke, or was that her like not able to like tell the story because it has to do with Amarantha?
That's a good question. But I wonder if she would even be able to say it, because later she says, because I'm able to tell you this now tells me that the curse is already over with, which is crazy when we get to, like, the curse is done already before she even gets to Under the Mountain.
Oh,
Like, I can tell that the way that I'm able to talk to you about it, the curse is already done. So I feel like she wouldn't be able to say this at all if, I don't know, because then Lucian's also like, I gotta be careful. But can you not say it, or are you just being mindful, sir? What is it?
Well, because it doesn't say why her sister and
Oh,
Nate had been killed.
That's
So
true.
that's why I'm just wondering if it was like a,
Good point.
but also it could just be emotional and I'm thinking too deep in it. But
But I love
yeah, that was the only little highlight I have until Lucian is
Well, I'm late for something
incredibly important.
Me too. I wrote that. And then I highlighted outright lie.
I love him so much.
Me too.
A sassy ginger. That's all I need.
Yes. I can feel the weight of Tamlin's undivided attention on me. Sir.
She's like, she's starting to feel, you're so far away.
Magic gag. It was during the seizure of power. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the quarters of the table vanished, leaving Tamlin not 2 feet away. Ow. Where did it go? And it goes into the in-between.
Yeah, the void.
The pockets, between the pockets of the world.
So does that mean Tamlin like could possibly know how to world walk? Is this how if Feyre is Maeve, how she figures out the pockets in the world?
That's
how to world walk?
Interesting. I'm thinking. Well, so Maeve uses the books, but I do think it has something to do. I do think that the pockets of the world, the in between, are like the almost like how I picture like the doorway that Aelin and Dorian stand in. Like, I do picture the in between as kind of like that liminal space.
Mm-hmm.
But this also reminds me of like winnowing is in the pocket. When you winnow, you go through the pocket of the world. Because when Asriel takes Nesta, maybe not Asriel. Yeah, I think it's Asriel. She says, I gleaned that if I let go of him, I would fall into this nothing. So when she's winnowing with him, she's like, if I let go of him, I would fall into nothing. And so I feel like the winnowing is itself going through a pocket. It's like going through a portal.
Yeah.
And
so that kind of leads me to like outside of ACOTAR, like people within ACOTAR, there are quite a few of them who can winnow. But like in Crescent City and Throne of Glass, it's very rare that someone can do it. Yeah, so is this where this is where the origin of like learning to world walk was like in the ACOTAR time?
I feel like that's why I feel like it's the origin of gods. It's like,
yeah, they have a better grasp on being able to just do whatever they want.
Like the source of, maybe not all magic, maybe not magic of the entire creation, but I think it could be one of two things. I think Di and I were talking about this today. The Pocket Realm of Apollyon has one too. I think so. So does Thea. But I think that what were we just
Gosh. If hell is a realm in another dimension, are they seeing random table parts and Fae popping in and out?
I think he pictured of it more as like the in between is like a storage closet where everyone just puts their storage.
Could you imagine someone's just like chilling in their living room? They're like, okay, well,
a table section, like the thing you do. Yeah. But I think that it could be the explanation for, like, I think Prithian is either the creation of all of creation or of like this series of ley lines, this universe. I think Prithian is like the beginnings of it and everything sprouts out from that. I just think it makes sense in the same way that like the beginning of beginnings in mythology is light and dark. Actually, the beginnings came from darkness. So we all come from darkness. And I think that in the same way that there's like the balance of light and the dark, there's light and dark. There's probably, I mean, it makes sense why all of the courts and everyone within them has different types of magic, different types of, there's a lot of raw magic here. Whereas with Aelin and Dorian, it's like very rare. Like Dorian has the raw magic, Elena has the raw magic, but no one else. And in Air of Fire, Do you remember that quote I pulled? I have it in a video where it's like some random girl pulled up and Maeve 2 years ago, some random girl came in. She was beautiful. She had raw magic and Maeve took her. One, I was like, is that Feyre? Is she going to write that in that Feyre world walks and Maeve takes her? Or I guess I was just kind of connecting it to the fact that like raw magic is very rare in those different landscapes. And in Prythian, it's like all the High Lords have raw magic. So I think we're all like, oh, do they have raw magic? And it's like, I think it's just more common than we think in this place because it's the beginning.
Right. Totally. Someone made a good point about who is the owl. We never found out who the owl was. That beautiful girl, was she like who has raw magic, who would have healing magic? She's
and
like
shape-shifting abilities.
You're an owl now.
She's
yes.
Like, I think Haley. Do you know what I'm talking about? Haley. She has like blonde hair. She's so funny. She always puts like she has the words. I can't remember. She has like a
God is in me. You know I have like name blindness.
Okay, and I'm like a name rememberer. So we were talking about what were we talking about? We were talking about how Feyre could maybe be like have been shapeshifted. That's like so crack theory behavior, but I don't even care. I love it. A lot of people think it could be Silva. I don't think it's Silva, personally. I don't know. I read a cool fanfic about the White Owl being a lost Fey healer. I think that is true. I agree with that. Princess Sparkle Sprinkles. I love your name. I didn't expect it to be that. I just came out and I really like it. Princess Sparkle Sprinkles is giving Jelly Jubilee. You belong here with us. You belong in our family.
Yes, Princess Sparkle Sprinkles.
I
love that.
Haley with the words. It's like this.
Haley with the words. Okay, I like what Missy said. It says, what if the cycles, like how we have Aelin, Roland, Maeve, the cycle is Feyre, Tamlin, Rhysand. Like, but I feel like it would be...
I don't think personally... I feel like... I don't know. I don't think that... I don't remember enough to put Rhys equal to Maeve. Again, because I feel like this is like beginnings. I don't think that all darkness is... I'm not saying that I don't think that he's Valg, because I do think that he is Valg and has a lot of Valg stuff. But all darkness is not inherently bad. And I think that we ought to be mindful of how that also for society and constructs of society that plays into microaggressions. A lot of Lolo made a really great video about that. So I just wanted us to be mindful that not all dark is bad and not all light is good.
We also have talked about like Maeve was kind of just minding her business, really.
She just kind of was there. She wasn't, unless they messed with her, she didn't. And Rhys has a lot of like negative hands in things. Not like negative, but I mean, I'm overgeneralizing negative to say to cover a lot of bases. But he does have a lot of pull-in things that I would more put negative associations with Maeve, who I think is like a bad villain. A good bad villain. You know, I love her as the villain. And I do like that people are like, we're seeing it from the perspective of being at the same time period as Maeve versus like hearing the story later. I really like that concept of like, we're kind of being duped in the now. So I definitely align with that. I just don't. Go ahead.
If she can go in that direction, which I really hope she does, I feel like with Feyre's point of view, it would be like getting the first 3 books from Rowan's point of view. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no. I definitely see how that could be. Yeah. I just don't, I feel like she, like you were saying, I feel like it was more so like, she's like big bad up here, but she also doesn't do the same. They're kind of like on different things. Like he's made out to be not a bad guy and she's like the bad guy, but he also does way worse things than she did. Just at the end, she was like, I just wanted the keys to not be in play.
Right.
I just wanted
like that's why I don't think like Rhys is the big bad, just how like Maeve wasn't the big bad, Erewhon was, right? It was Erewhon and then Maeve was just like a side bad where she was like, she should have just kept minding her business. She didn't have to get all...
Glad to be here. I love discussions. We're glad you're here. Plus Maeve is a lot older. Yeah, Maeve is, She's old. She was old even when Brandon was young. Even when Brandon Servos went back in time. Sorry. Casually gaslighting the Fae world.
We're in a bootstrap paradox. But my cat.
She's valid. That's what she knows. That is so true. It is just a part of beings being who they are. And I don't think, just like Bryce is like, so what, you could just suck all the life from our planet? No. But part of what they're saying is like, food is food. I'm sorry,
like this is what we do.
If you were back at Cheez-Its in my pantry, you wouldn't like it either. But I need to eat it. I need to eat a bag of Cheez-Its. What do you want me to say? Kate said minding her business, but torturing people at the same time. Facts. I mean, obviously, we know Maeve is bad. But our point is that she was scooting along. She was scooting along there. She could have just she could have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
You guys hash it out, and then I'll swoop in.
Yeah, Valg will be Valg. That's her defense.
They're just gonna, they're gonna do their thing.
I mean, you gotta eat what you gotta eat. What do you want me to say? I don't agree. I'm not saying I'm like, come and destroy my planet, but I understand the need. I understand. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay, we went on a lot of side tangents.
I know we did. Okay, we're gonna probably have to stop at the end of this chapter, girl.
We have a lot.
We're so behind. We'll just pick up and we'll just do 5 from 23. We won't add on because that's gonna be, we never finish.
Oh my God, I know. Wait, we're like halfway through this chapter. Okay, there's not a whole lot though, right?
Okay, wait. So we got past the between. Let's get to let's just find some bits, not every single highlight that we have.
No. I do have her calling back to, like, she talks about her eyes, my eye, where she's finally seeing, like, my eyes, not my mother's eyes or Nesta's eyes, mine. Like, she's finally seeing herself as, like, her own person with her own thoughts, her own feelings, her own ambitions outside of just getting food and surviving.
Mm-hmm. And I think that we look past that a lot, that was like a struggle. That was a survival mode that a lot of people, anyone would be. You don't think about luxury things, and sometimes luxury things is like consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Even like him saying and miss a chance to show off to a beautiful woman, like he's like she's like, wait a minute, like he's calling me beautiful. Like Isaac never called her beautiful.
Yeah, she's getting to like be deep with it, like within who she is as a human, and you know how he was like, I just find it crazy, like human joy that you guys enjoy so much in such a short time, and she's almost like able to finally experience that, and almost like was not being taken for granted, but that it's finally able to be experienced.
Yeah, because she had, I mean, I don't even know what she had ever talked about that brought her joy in her life previous to now. Like,
oh yeah, no,
nothing.
Because we didn't even know that painting brought her that much joy. I thought she was just doodling, like we said. I didn't even really know it was her life's goal until we've heard color, shape, and light 17 million times.
I know.
Oh, she's crazy. Kay said, Kay said, did Papa Archeron with a little, I love that, Kay. Did Papa Archeron, can't not read it that way, have brown eyes? Is that why Elaine has brown eyes? Yes, Elaine, I'm pretty sure, had her father's eyes. And it says that specifically, I'm pretty sure.
Was it?
Right?
I can't remember. I knew hers was different. And she's sus to me. Autocorrect. Well, I like what autocorrect did there because that's hilarious. Papa.
I know. That's so funny, Kay.
And I mean,
okay, wait. I just joke. Valg be Valg. Facts. Valg be Valg. What can you say? Bambi eyes. Who's Bambi eyes? Not me. It's not me. Okay.
Okay.
Wait, what page are we on? Oh, the next page. I just highlighted the Suriel had said the High Lords were power, which is the raw power that. So I think we could just safely say, I'm going to canon this in my file of canon, that High Lords are just, they have raw magic. They are power.
Mm-hmm. And I have, this isn't like super important, but it was something that I wanted to pay attention to. The next paragraph down, when she's talking about her paintings she's like showing him her paintings, and she talks about how it was an impression, not a lifelike rendering. So she's doing like all of the paintings she's currently doing are impressionist paintings. And I'm pretty sure after she turns Fae and then goes and finally is like with Reese, when she starts painting there, she starts doing realism.
Ooh. What do you think about that?
Because she's painting her sister, she's painting her, you know what I mean? Like she's doing realism. So that's what I'm wondering, like what changed? I mean, not only is she Fae and she's probably a little more skilled because aren't Fae already enhanced with everything, but like it also has me thinking of like who's in her mind, like, and why is she like, okay, now I'm switching from like, because I feel like the impression art, that's like very feeling forward, right? Like this is like a feeling, like this is how this makes me feel. You're just
movement in impressionism. It's not full strokes. It's just blotches.
Yeah, she's like getting her. It's more artistic feeling, right? Like I don't know how to if that's making sense, but when you're doing realism, it's like, okay, this is what I see, this is what I'm putting down. This is what I see, this is what I'm putting down. There's not as much like.
That's a really good point. You should make a post about that. Write it down.
Okay.
I don't want you to lose your juice, your brain juice. Write that down.
I'll paint about it later.
Remind me to put this on my canvas. Okay? I love it. I'm loving the color and shape of this right now, Megan.
Color, shape, and texture. I got it.
Color, shape, and light. Okay. All right, also, wait. Someone, first of all, Tasha, stop saying funny things while I'm trying to listen to Megan. She said translation stick figures. I'm literally doing this the whole time. I have such bad ADHD. I have to do this so that I can't see you guys cracking me up, okay? Mel said Elaine could be a changeling. I don't know what that is. I've heard that so many times. I don't know what a changeling is.
I don't either. I just know it's in Star Wars.
It's like I'm like, is it shape? It's not shapeshifter. It's like, wait, isn't it someone who's like appears to be some? I was gonna say this, but it's gonna make.
What is a changeling? A changeling, according to Google AI overview, is a supernatural creature from European folklore, often a fairy or troll that is swapped for a human child.
Oh.
Who has been abducted, leaving the substitute to grow in the human world. Oh my God. Sorry. My cat was in the toilet.
Moomba. Yeah. Well, okay. That's crazy. But I would say then Nesta would also have to, Elaine, I don't even care about Elaine. But
I think that's on purpose though. I think we're not supposed to care. I think she's suspicious to me.
I just think I'm detached because after CC, I'm like, I care about Nesta. That's what I care about.
Yeah.
But because I'm so over the Crochet Elaine thing, I don't care about it at all.
Oh, I don't either. But I feel like there's so much talk about when SJM was like, someone's going to betray the inner circle. And everyone's like, it's Morgan, it's this. And I'm like, I think it's Elaine.
What if we were talking about the Nesta killing Hunt? They were saying, what if the betrayal is like, what if they come over? They were commenting in our comment about how we were saying either Nesta kills Hunt protecting Bryce or Asriel kills Hunt protecting Bryce. They were saying that was the betrayal, but that's a true thing. I do see how Elaine could be.
Remember, like, sorry, we're way off topic now, but like how Elaine is like, she was like, I wanted to marry that boy who hates Faye. His family has built an entire fortress. They hate Faye. Now I'm a Faye.
Back to him.
Now I'm at the inside. She's like the inside man. She's a double agent. I think she's going to betray them and go to Ted to get her man, and then it's not going to be good because he's going to be like, no.
What a weirdo to be like. I just feel like that's weird behavior. That's like, I don't like, that's pick me behavior. Sorry, girl. You're going back to the guy who literally wants to gouge you in the heart like a vampire.
Yeah.
Like, stop. She's beautiful and smart and cool. Like, come on.
Well, you're you're like basically semi-immortal.
Yeah.
And you're going to whine about it? Girl.
Wait, we're back a little bit. Hold on. Camila Wolf said, switching babies. Thank you, Camila. Oh, Tasha said, replacement Faye baby. Nice version. Okay. I said Star Trek has them. Deep Space Nine. Don't know what that is. You guys are just saying
I know. Girl.
one word phrases. I love you guys for that. Okay. A child that is swapped. Kendrick Crazy Corner. It's giving Lord Lorcan Locken. I like the name. I'm just saying it's reminding. Did it not remind you of that?
Lord Lorcan Locken.
Kendrick Crazy Corner, Lord Lorcan Locken.
That is like one of my favorite.
Lucky
I made a
Lorcan.
whole video about
Daddy
that because
Lorcan.
someone asked me how to say it.
I love him.
Who?
Lorcan. I love him. Okay. It's how they explain kids with autism being normal one day and regress the next. Oh my gosh. Replaced by Faye. Elaine, I'm done with all of you. Joins the Supreme Court.
Someone asked, did SJM really say that someone's going to betray the...
That's my friend Kay.
I think so. But again, it could be
bunch.
It could be one of those things that the fandom has said so many times and that we've just adopted it. We don't know, but that's what
I have heard that too, but I don't know for sure.
Right.
I hope it's the Three Sisters gang up and kick everyone's ass. Facts, me too. Girl power. Meanwhile, Lucian sits there like, ...
I know, she said her or more. Yeah, I think it would be more interesting if Elaine is the one to betray them.
If Lucian and Elaine are Karanom, they can mind speak.
Isn't that like supposed to be
Karanom with anyone who you're mates with? Or like...
I think if you're mates, you could also be Karanom, but I think if you're Karanom, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're mates.
Agreed.
But they are mates. I think they are mates.
I think they're mates. I think that they're mates.
I don't think Nesta and Cassian are. Because they are not equal.
Supposed to be equal. Your mate is your equal. I literally wrote that in the book. Nesta and Cassian ? They're supposed to be equal. Cassian doesn't even have any magic except for 7 siphons worth of red light.
And he has seasonal allergies. You're telling me the man who's going to get taken out by the Spring Court
to take freaking
is the mate with the girl with silver flames? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
You can't be on Zyrtec and be with Lady Death. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Some pollen's going to take him out, but like...
That's pick me. Stay with your family and get new... Wait, I didn't see I don't know. Wait.
It means power can be used in tandem together. I think it's like with the Karanom, it's like you can power them up.
Rowaylan is both. It means powers can be used in tandem. Yeah. Wait, what are you laughing at, Masha?
You like take their power from them. Like if you're
you open up yourself, you use your magic, but their power level. Their depth of power.
But you can like remember how Rowan was like you can like bleed your Karanom dry.
Oh yeah, remember we were talking about that. It was like people would be with Karanoms and they would just take them and make them suck them dry.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily like using the power in tandem, but Lucian tries to reach Elaine through the mate bridge, right? I think so.
I don't remember that, but I'm not saying. I don't remember to comment on it.
I thought he tried to, but she's like, you know?
Yeah, Lucian's hot. Okay? What are you doing? You want to be over there with Gray Grayson? Oh, Gray Boy Grayson? In the freaking Greylands? You want to be in the Snowlands with Grey Lord Grayson? Get out of here.
With your iron engagement ring?
Yeah, Feyre's not the only one with some hoot nanny going on in her brain. I don't know what is happening. That they got some issues. Okay.
Buy an island and get new men. Yes.
Wait. It says Hunt and Bryce are too. I feel like Hunt and Bryce are genetically made. He's like a battery, like we were saying. Like they made him though. So does that count? I feel like Karanom has to be like a natural.
He's a GMO. He's genetically modified. Organic being.
He's a GMC, genetically modified Karanom. Tasha loves Hunt. I like Hunt too.
I'm sorry.
But again, it's like if you make me choose, I will. Okay, you guys, not the Cassian slander. I think it's more so like just the statement that his power is not the same as Nesta's, and they're
Yeah.
supposed to be equal to be mates.
Yeah.
But I haven't
Okay.
read it long enough to like. I'm just saying. I just don't.
Kay asked, so who would we rather kill?
Laser beam. You know, like the laser pointers. That's what I feel like Cassian's power is. The red laser beam.
I'm fucking dead. But
I love to look at him. I'll tell you that.
He's funny. So that's what like. So Kay said, who would you rather kill, Cassian or Hunt? And I would say Hunt because I could care less about Hunt.
I wouldn't rather kill any of them because let me just say, line them up. But
For real.
aside from if I had to, and I think it's just because, like, first of all, Cassian's zaddy scenes are way top tier. Okay, they're so good. I loved all their dirty scenes.
I also just love that he's just like a goofy goober.
I love that he has an allergy. Like we're hating on him, but not really. Like I love. We don't actually like
No.
But as far as Hunt, I love Hunt. I loved them. I loved so much of their stuff. But I don't like how quickly they were like, we like each other. That's the whole. We're a couple. I want that to be part of the story. The
yearning,
the punch her in the face already.
But I feel like in that, to me, just proves even more that they're not actually mates because, like, you see Rowan and Aelin, there's like the slow burn to it.
That's what I love. I love that.
You see, even Feyre and Rhys. I know some people are like, they're not actual mates, and maybe they're not, whatever. But there was still the slow burn.
And that's why I love ACOTAR because I like as far as relationships in a book, we don't have to take out all the puzzle pieces. I love that kind of relationship building. I love it in Air of Fire. I loved it in ACOTAR. I loved the beginning. I loved that Bryce sat in that nail salon and pissed him off so bad where he's like calling Isaiah like, this girl is in the nail. Like, why are you so mad?
I know. I love it.
Chill. Okay, wait. Missy said daily reminder Hunt likes toes. Did you see the comment? Umbra more toes. Someone was like, not Umbra more toes, and she was like, my friend thought of it, or my sister, or whoever the girl was crediting her friend. I thought it was sweet, but I will never forget that. The Umbra more toes, but also,
I'm actually crying.
Come on, Hunt.
Stop.
Come on, Hunt.
Dude, I just don't care about Hunt. Like I'm the worst. Like I'm just like
just like Princess Sparkle Sprinkles said. Just make another one. I cannot.
Sparkle Sprinkles. I want to say her name every day for the rest of my life.
It makes me feel so much happiness. I feel like Feyre, and I felt happy. You make me happy.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like, why didn't I think of a funny name?
The Jelly Jubilee of the group chat, Princess Sparkle Sprinkles.
I love it. Please,
you must return every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
We're a little past our time here, but that's okay. Fucking Tasha is such a freaking. She's such a pusher. Tasha just likes to
button.
But she said, "Here you go, babe. Here's a toe," because she said no. So funny. Okay, we gotta get to the end of this chapter. We have a page and a half, y'all.
Okay, wait.
All right. And that same paragraph where you were talking about how she's talking about the painting, on the impression painting. She's talking about like the smear of gold and green and silver and blue and how it's like the Glen. This is when she's going all through all that stuff. I think it's weird that I know she's doing like impressionism, but I think it's weird that she calls it a smear because he says, I know what it is. Like he obviously knows enough about the picture to know what it is. And she also references the black on the mural as a smear of black when it's talking about the humans. And I'm thinking it's like a literal like Mufasa smear on the paper. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm stepping in, you know?
Yeah.
But it's not. She's like color, light, shape. But when the details matter, where are the details, Feyre?
Right.
What about I couldn't bear to not have white to paint the foxgloves? You painted a smear?
Right. Yeah. Okay. And so that's another thing, right? So in the mortal world,
she had more.
She was doing realism.
There's lulling happening here. There's like, this is like gaudy realm. This is like the first layer of hell. It's like You know what I mean? Like,
Everything is so beautiful. And she references, she always says, like, it's so beautiful. I could never paint it. I could never get it right.
just like
So
that
now
video I
she's like,
posted.
well, I'm just going to do an impressionism because there's no way I could ever.
That's exactly why. That's exactly why she's painting impressionist. You're exactly right, because remember that video where I was like, they say in, it's like chapter 81 of Hopefast, where the Under King is like, or where Bryce basically is like, there's a temple of Erd, and I've never seen one because no one could make its likeness. No one could ever do it justice. No one could paint fate. No one could like recreate fate. Feyre has said that she cannot paint things in the Spring Court. Again, a land of flowers and grass.
Her favorite things to paint.
You paint flowers all the time. What do you mean you can't paint a pond? Okay, I got an idea. Blue, start there. What are you doing? What do you mean? There's some fogginess. I think it's just fun to look at it from that different perspective.
I'm fucking dead.
Rafiki. Yes, thank you, Tasha. You know exactly what I'm thinking. Okay, this is my favorite live. Yeah, I love this. This is so fun.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay, these are just all her pictures. Can we scoochie past all these?
Yeah, and then he's like, I want the forest one, whatever. Okay, great. I do like he's a little jelly when she's like, she has the painting from like with Isaac, and he's like, when you made love. Isn't that what he says?
So mad about that, which is so funny. Wait, where was that? Oh yeah. And then the next paragraph where it says Tamlin must have realized it too. He loosed a long, controlled breath. Moving to the next painting, tall shadows of men. She's painting the dads or the guys who beat up her dad. And do you remember how it was like, why does the mercenary's mark match her dad's mark?
Yes, but also it reminds me of the three fairies that just like swarmed her at Calamine.
So were they the people who came and beat up her dad?
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, the mercenary has the same mark, but the mercenary's mark is from a fairy beast.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know what the beast is. Remember, it was like, she was like, have you ever seen anything worse than the Martax? And that's where she got the mark from. Something worse than the Martax. Well, we don't know what it is.
Right.
All shadows of men. Yeah.
Which is like, isn't that what she just described those fairies as, like tall shadows?
Darn those Fey males. The injury, right? Yeah. Remember the mercenary has that vicious, twisted, whatever, the arc of which was so similar to, and she gets cut off. She's talking about her dad's wounds, which we know are creditors, but these people are humanoid. They could easily have portrayed themselves as tall shadows of men. Tall, humanoid, dark men are the Valg.
Right. And they could have had a glamour on.
Exactly. And they would have known how to find her because she got the Worlds and Swords geolocator on her door. Moomba. She's snapping at you.
He's fucking around in the shower now. I'm like, he's so annoying.
You mentioned, well, in the Spring Court where Feyre mentions being lulled by the magic. I agree. Case has, wait, I think she has more. Don't you hate typing in the chat when you have something big to say?
And so much.
And you're like typing as fast as you can so that your message comes up next. Okay, could be the reason why she's painting differently and the influence of the magic of the land, especially Nick. I know that sucks. I know you're like anxious. You're like, oh, I know that feeling. Okay, wait. Yeah, I think so too. I think there's like a luring of the resting realm. Yeah, so Kay and I also were like, we vibe with the thought of Prithian being like resting realm, the god's realm, some sort of takeover at some point. Does it become the realm? The hell realm is hell underneath. And so I do think that it could be, especially with all the beginning things when he's like taking her into the thing and I don't know, there's so much that points to it being Hades. And let's just all remember that Hades isn't a demon. Hades is a demon in like Christian, like sucked out mythology. But in core mythology, the underworld is just a place that has to be looked after. It has to be maintained. And that's Hades' job.
I just thought of something about like if spring is the resting realm, like specifically spring, right? Like this is the god. Why did they drop the summer court fairy there? And then he's
dying because death. was calling him. How many times
And
did
then
they
the
say
thing
that?
that Tamlin says to him, that little ritual, like go and be like in rested. What?
Because the underworld includes Elysium, Asphodel Meadows, all of these places, Asphodel Fields. Asphodel Meadows, which one is in Crescent City? Because whatever it is, it's the opposite.
Meadows.
Fields or meadows. Asphodel Fields is purgatory in Greek mythology, which I think is where Amryn comes from, because purgatory is just joyless.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's underworldy. And remember, favorite Amryn is like, I experience no joy, I experience no pain. That's what purgatory is.
I think spring has got to be the like.
Could it be
What is the
Elysium,
peaceful?
which is the heaven, Elysium. I sent you a DM of another Rolling Hills reference in House of Earth and Blood, the Bone Quarter. Ooh. Because the Bone Quarter is also supposed to resemble purgatory, which would connect those two things.
Okay, we're cooking.
I'm definitely feeling like I definitely feel, and then it's like, again, if Aelin sends the gods back and she opens up the hellscape, we know that she opens up a hell realm. But we know from Flame and Shadow that underneath of the entirety of Prithian is a hellscape. Like it's hell. She just opened up a portal to the same world. In the same way that Aelin says the holes that she lets the wolf tribes in from, she's like, I viewed this place while I was falling through the word gate. But we think the word gate is other worlds, but she saw a place that was in her own world while falling through the word gates. So it's time.
It's time.
It's time. Time and space, as in proximity space. Okay. What did you guys?
I'm sorry. I have to give Tasha shit because she just called Bryce Bruce. So
Okay, wait. I do that all the time. It autocorrects to Bruce, so I feel you on that. Also, I was talking on Amy's video. She was like Brunt, and I was like, I've never heard Brunt before. I've only heard Quinlar. Brunt sent me. I was literally cackling. Am I the only one who's never heard of Brunt?
maybe I heard it, and I need to send you those podcast episodes, the Bryce Reel ones, because they say Brunt, and that was the first time I heard it, and
I don't like it.
They were like, it was like in a funny way. I was like,
it's so funny. Yeah, I don't love Quinlar, but I don't like Brunt.
I say it because I think it's funny.
I think it's funny, but now I feel like I have to say it because it's funny.
You have to. It's like saying fart. Like, it's just funny.
Okay, and Starfall happening in the North Court. Gosh, Night Court. I agree because I'm sure, I know, I'm always like, I have a video. I hate saying that, but I have the video about Thanatos being like, we used to drink from the souls like fine wine. Everything that you see that is green, when you see something that is green from now on, tell me that it is not referencing death or the princes of hell or something about the underworld or hell. It is always green. If you see green, it is linked to. Where else do we see green in Throne of Glass is when they're in the subterranean tunnels. They have the green little blippy worms all over the walls, which is the subterranean tunnels. And Prithian is where they smell the metallic. It's where they have the bridge. Same for the bridge in the underworld, where he's like, you love my bridge? And she's like, I hate it. So I love that part. That's so funny to me. He's like, don't you love my bridge and my water? And she's like, it sucks. I feel you, Persephone. Tell that man. Tell that man. This is really a great chat. We have not turned the page.
I know. We're at the end.
Yes, the word gates opening were greenish, and there was a greenish light coming from the tower, the clock tower of Bex said that. The freaking glass tower. The glass. What?
Muscle?
Yes. I've had a day, y'all. I've not sat down for a moment.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, the king of everything you see that is green, I promise you, is related to death. Everything. The Reaper's eyes are a bright green. Everything is green that has to do with death. And I think
everything is green.
Everything is green. And last but not least, the spirits, when they hit their face, the starfall spirits are green all over their face. And they're less and less every year because the Asteri have infiltrated this group of ley lines. All those lines that you drew, the Asteri are infiltrating the ley lines. My husband, he had a great theory yesterday. He was like, when Aelin's falling, she's just falling through each of the ley lines on your gate that you were saying. Each gate is just a ley line. And I think that the Asteri have just moved on to this world, and they are taking the first light, they're getting the second light, and the princes of hell are like, Excuse me, pardon moi.
Yeah.
Those are my spirits. Those are my hell. Those are my souls.
Yeah.
Um,
What is it? Didn't I just say that in like a comment recently and someone was like, no.
well, it's
And I was
sent in
like,
my way because I got a video on it. Okay,
yeah.
I got the quotes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll find it.
the Astaire, you're
But
taking the first light and the second light, but the bone carver, the Underking says more second light is more souls. Like they are one to one. They correlate.
mm-hmm.
All right, wait. Well, let us finish. Let us finish. It's 11.
Yeah. We're almost done. Okay.
Okay.
Wait.
One turn in the page. Okay, he's looking at paintings. He's looking at paintings. A human. Tell me there's a way to help you. A human wishes to help a fairy.
Yeah, girl.
Didn't Callan might teach you anything? Only that magic makes you into a brute. Okay, flirty McFlirters. Okay.
But I do like here when he said, no, I don't want you to live somewhere else. I want you here where I can look after you, where I can come home and know you're here, painting and safe.
So cute. So cute.
My babies.
I know, I love them.
And then the next where she's like, why? And he goes into this whole like, I can't.
I know, I was selfish. I couldn't bring myself to let you go. And Tamlin's selfish a little bit here too, and I think that that's okay.
Right. I like that he's like opening up, and he was like, they never understood what it was like, what it is like for me to care for my people, my lands, what scars are still there, what the bad days feel like. And this reminds me of it. And I think it's like finally clicking, like we are like they're so similar. And she was so
like, yeah.
They're like mirrors.
I think that Tamlin gives Fabra a lot of grace for that. And I would compare this to, obviously actions are different, but like there was this like animosity between, more than animosity, I'm making it sound light, but between Feyre and between Nesta and Rhys. And aside from like shitty shit that they do to each other, I'm just saying the general sense is like, my husband, if I had a sister that I felt like was mean to me, he would have my back. And I think that Tamlin is also doing this. They're not doing it in the same way, but I think that the sentiment is still the same, that like he does understand where she's coming from. And it doesn't mean that we take everyone's words about someone else as truth. I think that that's still something that's important to like be able to dissect as a logical human, but he is seeing that painting doesn't make her bad, and her wanting to do that and her wanting to take care of her family and having a lot of being in charge and like feeling despair and feeling bad days. It's relatable. Everybody feels that way.
Yeah.
There is not.
And I do, like, speaking of like the mates thing of, if you know, being equals, like right now he's saying like we're equals. Like we're equals here. Like sure, I'm a high lord and you're a mortal human, but look at that, like this.
And what does that mean for her innate abilities, that they're equal? Because I think that equalness should include magic, since that's like what he is. So
Right.
what does that say for her innate magical abilities that maybe are being hidden?
That's what I think. He knows more about her than she knows. I think everyone knows more about her than she knows. Because, and I have it somewhere later too, where he was like talking about like humans, and I'm like, they know the Archerons, like they know not just the humans, they know her family. Like there's something to do with her family.
And
But I also like that she.
I was gonna say, remember how it was like Amarantha was like sacrificing virgins, human virgins, on the altar, whatever, like on this thing? Was that part of like this, like not maybe Calanmai, but like was that part of like a land's ritual magic? They were waiting for this. They were like waiting for her, almost like this is part of the cycle that everyone is anticipating, like you're saying, and they were sacrificing all these virgins. Like Lucian was saying at the beginning when she first gets there, he's like, we're done with the sacrifices, remember? Crazy that they're, I don't know.
Yeah, there's something.
And I'm still mad about Amarantha being like, Amarantha knows what you're doing. What? Trying to break the curse?
Right, like doing what I'm supposed to be doing?
Isn't that what it, just tell me just like put a mask on my face and say you're never getting out of this. Why else would you, I don't.
Yeah. Why else would this bargain happen if I'm not supposed to fucking try? Come on.
Yeah. That's weird. Okay, so we are on chapter 23.
Yeah. And she didn't lock her bedroom door that night.
Oh my gosh, I love her. I love them, not her, but I love that she caught him upside down in the woods though.
Oh my God. Which kind of mirrors the surreal now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
I love that. But okay, so next week we should do 23 through 25.
Do you want to stop there?
You think?
I feel like there is a lot of stuff, but
There's so much stuff. So maybe we
let's
should
do that and then we can gab and then we'll go.
Yeah.
We'll move on.
Yeah, because then we can take a break over Christmas. And
Yeah.
then
So, did we decide? We could probably talk about this to ourselves, but do you want to do maybe just people who are in here? Do any of you think you would participate on New Year's Day?
yeah, like how are we feeling? Not New Year's Eve, but obviously, but like New
Yeah,
Year's
I mean,
Day would be
January.
Thursday.
Because we're considering if we should. Obviously, we're skipping. We're gonna do every Thursday until Christmas. We're gonna skip, and then we're like, should we skip New Year's Day? Are people
We could
gonna
also
do?
do, if people are going to be around, we could also try to do it during the daytime because then people from like other time zones could join
Yeah, I know
maybe.
Dasha wants to join. I know Angie probably wants to join. I think there's a couple people, unless everyone says, unless people.
Right. If we did New Year's Day, I feel like it would be like a crack theory fun day, not like a
And are we announcing? I know we talked about that last time about make sure if you guys are in here, you're following Yap and Recap. She said last time, I don't know if you want to bring it up again, but are we going to announce that on special episode?
today's special episode. I love that. Yes.
Even
yes.
more hectic than normal.
Oh
We
my
read
God. It
nothing,
would be
we just want to talk.
nuts.
Yeah, we could just come on and talk.
Yeah, like I'm fine with that.
And then it's not like, then we haven't missed anything.
Yeah. And it would be nice to take a little break. Because we've been like, I feel like we've been hustling.
We've been hustling.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I'm waiting on, I should be getting it this week. The rebind and the mat, like all the goodies. So I'll have soon enough, I will have like a video where I show, like physically show all of the goodies. But yeah, make sure you're following Yap and Recap on here and on Instagram. And then we'll have some other people that you'll have to follow too for the giveaway.
That's a good idea. We could do a group, a guest where we just have people come on.
Oh,
We should do that.
yeah. A panel.
Yeah, let's do a panel on the first. And then like we could do that like every so and so chapters. Like every couple we'll just do like a chat where it's like we need to take a breath because we have a lot of things to talk about. Because I feel like there's so many things that we've talked about, but we should like look more into.
Yeah. I'm so down with that. Yeah. Okay. So whoever's down to like be part of the panel, let us know. So that way we can like.
And we'll set it up because you can set up a multi-guest live so people can like sign up to be a guest. I don't know how it works, but I did see that was an option.
Yeah.
So I'll put that in my thing because I think I have this one and the next one or the next two.
Yeah.
So I'll put that in my bio as the multi-guest, and then you guys, I'll do that as soon as I get off of here, and then you guys can sign up for it. And if you want to come on the panel, it'll be so fun.
It'll be so much fun.
And then you and I will talk about announcing it, and I think that's all that we have.
Oh my gosh, this was so much fun. Sorry, this was so long.
I know. There's a little button to request an invite. Yeah. But I think on like if you so when we make an event, it's like regular live, shoppable live, and there's one that says multi-guest live where guests can register in advance and you can see who wants not like just to register to come, but register to be a guest on the live.
Yeah, to like be a.
So I don't know what that looks like. I might set it up, and then if you guys want to register for it, and you can tell me what it looks like. All right, maybe we'll see what it looks like.
I wonder if like you go live, it will like immediately send the invite to like join.
Yeah. I think so. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do that, and we'll post other stuff. But this was like my favorite live yet. This was so fun.
Me too. And we only did 2 chapters.
We're being Craig. We're not being professional.
We're fun.
We're not professional.
No, it's fine.
Okay, where is Sparkly Sparkles? Princess Sparkle Sprinkles. I want to give you a special shout out because that is a name. I love that so much.
Princess Sparkle Sprinkles. That yeah.
I'm gonna take my name to Jelly Jubilee just for that.
Oh, I have a little Jelly Jubilee. I love her so much.
I want a little fairy and I can keep him in my pocket like on Step Brothers. Wait a sec. You know what I'm talking
Weirdo.
about? All right. It's 11:30 here, y'all. And I've been home with my 3 children, 7 and under all day. I'm cracked out by the end of the night.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
You need to go to bed.
Yeah, I do. Okay. I love you guys.
Yes.
Thank you so
Love
much
you all
for
so
coming.
much. What?
Have a great night. I just said thank you guys for coming, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Yes.
Bye.